Hello, everybody. Welcome to another game of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. This is the Age of Ashes campaign, and we're nearing the end of Book 1, which is called Hell Knight Hill. Um, I want to go over our players and then our sponsors, and then we'll jump right into preparation. So let's start with Mr. Smith.
Hello, I'm Mr. Smith. I'm playing Rune Ravenswood, wizard of some mysterious goals and not so mysterious past these days.
And Jen.
Hello, I am Jen. I go by Savage Sparrow on the internet, and you can find me at my awesome nerdy website, savagesparrow.com. I will be playing Reka, the lizard folk druid, who is currently augmenting a goblin blood magic ritual to with the storm god's fury to create super pissed off goblins.
100% that tracks. Yes.
Yeah.
Full GM confirmation there. Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I am picking up my role again as Sailix, the elf guard, who I guess we're going with left to look for his departed fiance. And yeah, can't wait to see how this works out.
Also fully accurate. Alex.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex. Back here for another Pathfinder game. My character is the director, who's a gnome bard, and he had some exciting news last week. That's pretty awesome. He's also totally ready to see what's going to happen with the goblins, aka the gremlins, because he has a very good idea for his next play. And real quick, check out tomorrow, Star Wars game, my Star Wars game. Tell more later.
Cool. Spence.
Hi, I'm Spence. I'm Resonant Moon here on Twitch, and I do all the things, and I live here. And I'm playing Monica, who is a halfling rogue ranger with a warg that she's raised now, named Aldonis, who has cool chariot wheels behind him because his back legs don't work. And she is slowly becoming comfortable with the leadership roles that she's been thrown into, with the encouragement of Rune Ravenswood and stuff and things.
Right. Last but not least, Mitchell.
Hey, I am Mitchell, and tonight I will be playing the Enzokule. I have my tomato soup, as well as a bit of BLT that the inn has kindly provided me. Further on, I know that you've missed me from the last episode, but unfortunately, I found myself with a little bit of gold, and I decided to invest in some various businesses, local businesses. So it was quite enjoyable, and I feel like my portfolio is ripe for a very profitable new year. In any case, I'm here to capture the debt that the director possesses, which is an insurmountable funds, and that's really my place here.
All right. So that was a TurboTax backstory. Okay, before we get into the next 24 hours leading up to the main event, which is we'll get into it. I want to thank Smiteworks for sponsoring this channel and this stream. You should check out Fantasy Grounds. I'm sure you're already at least a little bit familiar with it. We've been using it the entire time. They're launching Fantasy Grounds Unity in beta right now, which is basically a new revamp. It's like Fantasy Grounds 2.0. It comes with server maintenance and everything. It's just a lot smoother. You should check it out. It's fantasygrounds.com. Also, shout out to the Only Sheet. You'll see Rune will be using the Only Sheet for character automation. It's Excel based, so you need Excel, but it's really cheap for what it does and super high powered for automated character service. I also want to thank Michael Gelfi on YouTube. All of the ambient tracks that you'll be listening to for this stream are from him. He makes like 1 hour looping soundtracks, so they're ideal for Dungeons and Dragons, and you can put music on top of them because a lot of them are just ambient. It'll be like rain and stuff. But we left off at Cadence Keg. Last session, Alex Stagram came into frame. He brought siege equipment. At least it looks like a portable ladder, maybe a couple of grappling hooks, 200 feet of rope. But immediately after, he scoops it back up, kicks it aside. It's soaking wet already. The rain has only just begun. And he moves to the bar. He looks hungry.
Monica will go behind the bar and help make something warm. Since what's his name? Aiden?
Aiden, yep.
Aiden is a little less formidable in the kitchen.
He's definitely learning.
Yeah.
How about you, Rune? Do you have anything you want to say to him?
Not immediately.
So he'll just lean an elbow on the bar so that he can get a glance at Reika surrounded by goblins. 24 of them. You see the silhouette as she casts a shadow of her figure with the antlers across the floor. Over 20 goblins are around her. They're performing some bizarre ritual, and it looks to be increasing in intensity slowly. Enzokule is more than likely facing away from all of this. What are you doing right now?
Enzokule's on the table, kind of like sipping his soup, like.
So as you go in, suddenly a reverberation from the wall, communicating to the table, then to your chair. The spoon spills tomato soup on your shirt.
Oh no! Hey, everyone should stop! Oh man.
Well, you trace the source of it, and you look. It had been the door slamming open. Suddenly, the sound of rain immediately 10 times as loud. The figure of a medium white-haired elf. Sailix, what do? You come in.
He would just walk right over to the bar and just kind of like tap on it to get whoever's behind its attention.
Monica, you turn around. It's Sailix, Rune and the director, and Reika, if you noticed this. Sailix is here.
Where the hell have you been?
Look at you!
Wow.
I get up on a little soap crate that's under the bar, so I can be like, you asshole, I missed you.
You would see that like Sailix has a few new scars, like quite fresh ones, like on his we had one like on his forehead and then a couple covering his arms and everything, and he's definitely looks like he's been through it the last since you last seen him. But he's kind of, well, at least you're not stealing anything this time. How about you give me whatever is the most potent thing you have behind the bar?
So I give Alex some tea because I have very strong hot tea and he looked like he was freezing. And then I will look to Aiden and be like, strong stuff is on the top shelf.
Right. Yes, of course. And he's gonna take a key from behind the bar in a semi-hidden location.
No one knows how Monica knows that
And
because she has not been drinking here.
he pulls out.
Bruno will look at Sailix. Where have you been?
Following leads, losing leads, killing people, killing things.
Any of that?
No, about a 2-week ride from here, I found the lead that I was working, and it just kind of vanished. So, back to square one.
Unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Nothing to be done about it, but anyway.
But
How fares the rest of the Unforgotten?
You have come at a very opportune time. I would say it was fate. At least a really nice coincidence.
The director's not far off. We have had a run of rather interesting events, culminating in what you hear on this very floor, looking at the goblins and the ritual.
Yeah, so as you sweep the room, what you'll notice, Jacob Crow, if you met him, is not here anymore. Shavi is not here anymore. Someone else is working behind the bar, as well as Monica, I guess, for the time. You look to the left of you is Alex Dagram, he's the portrait. To the right of you is Rune, but as you keep looking, Reika, I guess describe what your character is doing right now.
So basically, in my mind, she's performing the ritual like probably if there's a big window, it's like whatever the biggest window there is. And is this like on the day that
It
we
is in
had
24 hours.
Huh?
It's in 24 hours now.
Okay. So yeah, so basically like, you know, she's to describe, she's a big bearded dragon who is covered in various like bones and animal skins, and now has like these this goblinoid antler headdress, and has been anointed with blood, and is like chanting in this very guttural tone, as she seems to be just like resonating with the storm right now. And to the point where if you are near where they are, like you can almost smell that scent of rain in the air. And, you know, as her voice crescendos, that's when thunder cracks. And, you know, so it's just kind of like that harmonizing of just like this very primal elemental energy.
Rune continues to be fascinated with the whole event.
As you continue to sweep, you notice the door that you didn't fully shut opens again. Make a reflex save, Sailix.
Oh, fuck me.
Right off the bat.
As something arrives. Instinct is telling you this is a fight or flight kind of moment, and you're not really for flight lately. All right, Spence, describe what he sees coming in.
So coming in is you've seen what a warg is, so you know that this is a warg. It's small for a warg, and it's dragging itself with its back legs up, and it's got like cart-sized wheels behind it, and he's dripping wet. And even though they usually look ferocious, he's got the saddest eyes, and says, "It's wet." And Monica will just be like, "Oh, well, come in then, and I'll get you set up in a minute. Just sit by the fire."
All right. Well,
Oh, that's Aldonis. That's my buddy.
The acid did not just kick in for you. It really did talk. It's fine.
yeah. I mean, I guess Salix's hand would have like instinctively went to the hilt of his sword real quick.
And Monica will slap on the bar and say, "Put that away."
He'll just kind of like settle down and drink whatever is being put in front of him.
It's probably a really strong.
Yeah, make a fortitude
whiskey.
save now this time. You don't ask. Yeah, you don't go into Caden's keg and ask for the strongest thing.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Mistake.
It's something that tastes just like alcohol. Just alcohol.
Yep.
Don't let it.
Nothing else.
Yeah, I got a 14.
All right. Well, how about the director?
Oh man.
What are you doing tonight?
All right, so the director was very into the ritual that's happening, because there's a lot of cool lighting effects that are going on, and he's trying to capture this, and he knows that he's going to have to, capture this later on, so he's trying to really work on that. But when Sailix comes back, he would have gotten up with Rune and kind of gone over to him, and he'd jump onto the stool next to him and be like, you know what, I'll take like half a shot of whatever he's having. You know, I'm a little bit smaller, I get it. Maybe like half a shot of whatever that is, and he's gonna point to whatever you bring over for Sailix.
Sure.
Make a fortitude save.
Yeah, this is gonna end up great. Yeah, this is fine. All fine.
I look at Alec. Do you want some too? Because clearly we're gonna go through the good stuff. Apparently.
You did excellent on your fortitude save.
So tell me, you went 2 weeks out looking for this lead, and in that time you didn't hear of anything, nothing. Tell me about that journey.
Well, I heard that he had stopped in a little village to stay the night. Went there, and answers didn't come easy, so some people died. And then I found my answers and proceeded to go further out. And then the trail just kind of vanished. He didn't start.
How do you feel? How are you feeling? Other than wet. You're probably wet.
I guess I'll take another drink and be like, vengeful.
Vengeful?
Ooh. Heard
What
it's
the
best served.
hell? What the hell happened?
It's a story for another time. Anyway, so what's
Oh, no.
Okay.
Wait. Time. He doesn't get off that easy. And he's going to look to Rune. He doesn't get to get off that easy, right? No.
Let's see here. You took an entire day to just give information on where you are from. That is all that was asked of you.
Yeah.
And that was after a
Entire
month
day.
of traveling with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's hear it from him.
Well, he's from here.
Either way.
I'm sorry, Sailix. I don't mean to. It was a thing that happened yesterday.
I'm just saying it's not that fair. I had to divulge the some of the most deepest secrets that I have. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I respect it. If you don't want to talk about it, okay. We don't have to go into it. But you could definitely be used here, and we could definitely need your help. Isn't that right, Rune?
Sailix is gonna scan the room one more time. He's like, so where's Moth?
Ooh.
At my door.
Ooh, about that. Ooh.
Enzokule stares at the fourth wall for a split second.
So,
You might recognize a femur on Rika's body.
Or the skull on Rune's staff.
Yeah, go ahead, Rune.
So, in the intervening time that you've been gone, we've run into a bit of a plot to get to an elf gate that's underneath the citadel. In tracking down the individual behind this plot, one by the name of Vaz, it fell prey to a trap and was summarily impaled. All that was left of it was the skull and a bit of bone.
All right. Well, I'm sure he's probably happier wherever he's at now.
Possibly.
Who knows? He did just start to get kind of interesting.
Man, doors will get you.
It is possible whatever machinations he had, he can now fulfill to their raw potential wherever it is at.
That's a nice way to say we don't know. We don't know what happened.
Suffice it to say, the individual, Vaz, that we are after has taken over the Citadel with a small group of dragon cultists that had raided the Citadel earlier, as you may recall.
Oh, right. The explosion that knocked me out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These
and these are the
goblins-
goblins we saved.
Are from that very Citadel, and we are going to be making a raid to recover the castle.
Oh. Sailix will
Speaking of,
down the rest of his drink. He's like, I'm in.
I thought you
And
might be.
at that point, Monica will serve the rest of the tomato soup to everybody who's sitting at the bar, and just like he only gets one bowl. You all can have the rest.
Eating this. I'm gonna eat all of it. Every single chunk of
This,
it.
as he will gesture over to Enzokule, is Detective Enzokule.
Oh man, Enzokule is fine. If we're all doing drinks, I would like preferably your lightest drink with the smallest amount of alcoholic content. Preferably something a little bit sensitive to the stomach.
You want ginger tea.
With some, it should have some alcohol.
You
in
get
it.
ginger tea the way I make it, or none at all. Got it?
Is it low in fats, calories, and the like?
Do I look like a nutritionist?
Well, a nutritionist can really look like anything. This is truly a wonderful world where.
From what you know of me, do you think I am a nutritionist?
so
And
the
that's
plan,
all.
All right, so this
Altaerein-
is Detective Enzokule, who was sent here by an unknown group, I think, to discuss some business with the director.
Possibly the Bard's College.
I believe
Yes.
that's for a different tale for a different time and to be told by someone more appropriate. So I had to say, Detective Enzokule has been forced to some extent to follow us. He has proven interesting, to say the least.
Oh well, thank
No.
you. But yep, my job here is to ensure that the debt that Mr. Director has accrued over several years is collected in a satisfactory fashion.
Sailix is gonna smack the director's back pretty hard. Like, I always knew that you had some kind of weird past following you.
Weird past. No, this is the most doldrum past possible. Do you think me? Do you think I'm sorry, I don't want to say too much. Do you think I really care about, like, all the boring accounting stuff that happened? Yeah, I get a debt and everything, but that's so tedious. It's not.
Well, it's
Sailix
quite.
will lean over and be like, did you run out on a hooker?
Director,
The
There's another
director's
way to look
losing
at this.
that.
There's another way to look at this particular part of your story.
Sure, yeah, give it to me. That one's a good one, though. I really like where Sailix is going with it, but let me hear yours as well.
You are the only one that the Bardic College has chosen to send someone after. So they know who you are.
Well,
You always put the best spin on things. That's why I like you, boy. I like you. I like you a lot.
yes, you are one of the top students to have ever accrued this amount of debt. I mean, there's been others like you, of course. So in that regard, there's nothing special concerning you. But you, more than anyone else, have let your debt slide, and the interest is building up. And I think it's time that the college took that money back.
You're gonna give me gray hairs.
You are legendary.
Yes.
As always. Yes.
All right, so Aiden, this is what you do. You slice thinly and away from you, and then you get a nice little sliver of the ginger, and then you pour the hot water over it, and you immediately bring it out, because by the time it's cool enough to drink, it will have steeped enough.
Yes, right. All of that. Yes. Thank you.
Do I need to write it down for you?
Yes.
Okay.
I like
Rune,
that,
I need
man.
Now,
some
so-
paper.
A few flits of paper will fly out of his book and slide over.
Alex Stagrum is going to swipe one of them out of the air, place it down.
Now onto the final step of this little tale, Sailix. What you see before you is a band of goblins and Reika attempting to target or focus their moon-driven fervor. Apparently, goblins and their primal magics have a way to rage out, so to speak. Breaka is assisting in making sure this happens and that we can point them in the right direction. Specifically, there is a very long circular cannon that lies underneath this town and the citadel that we are going to point them down. At which point they will appear underneath the citadel and begin the raid.
Whoa.
Some of us will have to be actually at the citadel, waiting to attack head on.
So I guess at this point, Sailix's face is getting kind of flushed because I did not do well on my fortitude save. Whoa. So we're going to fire goblins from a cannon to the citadel.
No.
Not quite literally. There is a tunnel that connects the town to the citadel.
You know the pickled ear?
That's much more boring than what I had thought.
I mean, if you want to go with
I know.
if you want to go with the assault team and
We will have
wait for us
explosions.
and boom, yeah. I made explosions.
There are
So
explosions.
the plan we have so far is we're going to rage some goblins, send them in underneath, and then have a frontal assault also. So they're going to be dealing with a two-prong assault.
Alex
A
Staggerman
somewhat
is
frontal
sketching
assault,
this.
but yes,
front of
basically
you.
that's the plan.
Okay.
Double penetration.
Alex is gonna say, I brought climbing gear. I figured somebody, probably you and I, we can climb up. If we can take out maybe some of their archers. No doubt they'll be stocked up on top in the battlements. Beyond that, I no plan. What say you, Rune? Where will you lot go?
Well, I'm going with the goblins. Rake is going with the goblins, which will be interesting.
Speaking of Reka, did you want water while you're doing this chanting? I could get you a bit of water.
She has the focus detected.
Yeah, just like Jalal Akash.
Yeah.
You'll notice
You know, some of the
that
goblins turn around. They're drooling.
you'll
um,
notice that there is a bowl with a sponge and it has water in it, and Monica set that out, and Tooth has been taking the water and I imagine
Spraying-
Tooth has been taking the sponge
Spraying
soaked with
Reka.
water and just doing the
Amazing.
Blizzard.
sponge drink. Yeah.
Spray.
You know, like they do when you can't have anything to drink or eat for surgery. You get
I
Oh my
ice
God.
chips.
Just imagine having a big lizard, like when you get, you know,
Yeah.
that you spray them with a.
Yeah.
You need water. Oh, spray. Okay.
Oh,
Sunlamp.
Ahead.
oh yay!
And then they have to repaint the blood, but it's fine.
God.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna segue then into the
Yep.
planning phase as
Segue.
Alex Staggerman draws the attack plan. So the goblins, Reka, and Monica,
Mhm.
and Aldonis, you will take the tunnel. to
I
the
don't
Citadel.
think Aldonis can
Yep.
fit in the tunnel.
Well, Aldonis is medium,
Okay.
and the tunnel is between medium and large. Yeah, he'll fit.
Okay.
Um,
So we'll do that then.
and Alec Stagram wants to throw grappling hooks and climb to the battlements. He wants Sailix to join him because he seems trained in sieging because of military experience.
Well, that's really up to Sailix.
Right.
Are you up for a battlement assault?
Sure, sounds like a great time.
Or alternatively, you can go with whatever the rest of the group is doing. So Enzokule, the Director, and Rune presumably will be taking a different route.
Along one side of the citadel, there is a break in the wall that Calmont used. I do not suspect that break has been fixed anytime soon, and we have a bit of a tool that will open this break in the wall to be a bit larger. Should allow the rest of us to come through and offer yet more confusion to the battle.
Well, I would like to go with the rest of everybody, but if I'm needed to scale a wall and kill archers, then I'll scale a wall and kill archers.
But we're definitely going to name this plan double penetration, right? I just
Sure.
want to make sure that, okay.
Either way works for the assault. So on the
I
one
mean,
hand,
technically
you'd be
it's triple,
flanking.
but that's fine.
On the other, I don't know. And on the other hand, I'm just trying to talk over it all and pretend it never happened. So on the other hand, if you go from the battlements, you would be taking out archers. True. If you go from the flank, you would actually be giving them power, because right now it's the Director, Rune, and Enzokule. So if they faced any force, any organized, like even 5-10 boggards would be enough to overwhelm them. But with you there, it would be a little bit different. It's a hard choice to make.
I'll look directly at
The Alex Dagram.
Alex Stagram. I'm like, well, although I see the merit in your plan, I can't not go with my other compatriots. So, I mean, hopefully you're a quick climber.
I'll take a guard from the town. They don't charge much, do they?
No, I suggest the half elf with the fuzzy brown hair and the permanent scowl on his face.
Have you seen your brother lately?
Oh, I have not. Is he dead?
Well, he's recovering from a very significant injury.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sure he can still fight. He's just got a very thick healing scar in his neck.
Ian, am I still in the middle of the ritual, or like, can I talk now?
You can take breaks from the ritual.
Okay.
Yeah. It just
At this point, like, I will say that there's just like a bolt of lightning that's so loud that the glass of the window cracks a little bit.
Oof.
And at this point, you know, Reiko just like nothing's happening. She like walks over to the bar, looks at Monica, and is just like, meat. And then looks at what's his name? Sailix with just, your brother is alive. You're welcome.
Rare or cooked? Or not cooked?
The bloodier, the better.
You should, based on some regulations, you should at least cook it a little bit just to ensure the bacteria.
You hear a
there we go.
from the back room, and then it quickly comes out with a plate that is as big as her, but it's normal size for Reika.
Oh yeah.
of barely seared meat.
Good job, Reika.
To throw a bit of a problem into this plan overall, an individual showed themselves the other day by the name of Chancellor Coriolanus Tovensmore.
Mhm.
The Chancellor was pointed in the direction of the Citadel. Now, there isn't too much further to go beyond that, so it is very likely that we will have a pair of mages to worry about versus just one.
All right. That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's
Right.
Yeah.
that's a little daunting. I mean, I'm really glad that you're very optimistic. I want you to be very optimistic about that because it makes me optimistic. But
we were taken by surprise by him earlier, and
Well,
it nearly had terrible consequences.
Ghost Ray is riding with us. He's heard our pleas. And we'll
Excellent,
be
Reika.
a far different battlefield this time.
Ooh.
Yeah. See what she says. I can handle a mage, no problem. Close the distance, as long as you don't give them time to mouth their words or whatever. That's fine. And if not, I'll just throw the director at them.
Wait.
Boom, bam, boom, done.
Wait.
So, to be fair,
At this point, Sailix is
Director,
pretty drunk.
I understand that you like to get a bird's eye view. It is very likely you upon the parapets might give you the best view of the battlefield.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm not. That's a very good idea. I was going to see how the battle played out before getting up there, unless you would like me to hang onto Sailix's back as he tries to climb up the side of, this fortress, which I've also thought about, but I'm a little bit against it.
Fair enough.
How much do you weigh, little one?
Last time I weighed myself was however much a standard gnome is.
So it's like 30 pounds.
Yeah, like 30 pounds.
I can carry you, no problem.
I don't want to assume anything, but am I going to Yoda you?
So are we? Yes.
Okay.
Wait, which Yoda? Doesn't matter. So the Sailix and the Director, you do want to take the battlements?
Alec is going to take the battlements, but Sailix was going to go with Rune and Enzokule.
Right.
I don't know. I think having I don't know. That's up to you. I think having a top advantage would be good.
Well, we take the battlements from the same side that we climb in from the weak point, so might as well decide when we get there.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's that. You need to stop drinking. You're gonna be hungover.
I pour very hot dark brown liquid and put it in front of him and say, "Try it."
Me?
Yeah, you.
Did he watch it? Does he know it's hot?
Yes.
He doesn't know anything.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it is kind of steaming.
All right, yeah, he'll bring it and just take a big gulp.
It's bitter and strong. It's coffee, but coffee is not very common here.
I burnt my tongue.
Brown morning
yeah.
potion.
Hot brown morning potion. Hangover potion, yeah.
All right, so it's the morning.
Monica has
Everybody needs some
slept outside of Rune's room because she's paranoid that he's going to get attacked again.
Rune, you can make a nature check as you observe these goblins finalizing the ritual for the night. It's you did excellent on that check. You'll note something. The magic related to the moon always seems to be visually tied to the moon. It couldn't be the case tonight because the weather doesn't permit it. You couldn't see the moon if you tried. However, the magic is just as strong. And as you remember the clues, the blood that levitates through the air and the sense of weightlessness near Reika, this is almost like gravity magic. Interesting to note. Nature.
He is fervently writing in his large tome with the chain around it just snaps open as he fervently begins writing.
Where mages would pride themselves on a deep understanding of physics, perhaps they've forgotten this clue where nature magic ultimately dictates the laws of physics in some ways, or at least exceptions. But that's all you can glean. And with the morning, I guess we're going to start enacting this plan.
Yeah.
It's daytime, but because of overcast, it looks like an afternoon in London. But that doesn't exist, so you don't know that.
Change up your spells if you need to.
It looks kind of dim out. So, Monica, Reika, you can head to the tunnels.
Yep. I will rearrange all of the lines to make sure Reika and Tooth can get through, and then I will retie all of the trips, and then. And I have my jellyfish lantern.
Perfect, because it is a long trip. It's like a 5-6 mile tunnel.
Yeah, I remembered
Exhausting.
it because I did not want to be left in the dark again. Thanks, director.
Hey.
So, Rune, the director, Enzokule, Sailix. Alex Stagram will have hired Amira Lang as a guard to accompany him for the day.
Ooh, Amira.
You guys all make your way to a wide arcing path to find yourself at the back of the citadel, but make a stealth check. It's low DC to not be seen on your way to the point. where you will decide whether or not to climb the citadel or sneak into the citadel. I think
Who do you
everybody
want that
is
from?
Rune, Sailix, the Director, and Enzokule.
All right. I must.
I got 2 great stealth checks. 1 good stealth check. Good. You guys all, to your knowledge, made it fine. No detection there. Helps that it's pretty gloomy out. The rain is so intense. You can already feel your bones aching. You're sloshing with every single step. You'll probably have trench foot or death by the end of the day.
Well,
Optimistic.
Enzokule has an umbrella.
Oh my god.
This guy.
He would.
He really
He
would.
Is that like a +1 umbrella? Is it
Or
a striking umbrella?
he has to have like galoshes too.
Striking.
I would
Or
tell him to
doesn't
put him.
need?
He just
So-
has like this black umbrella. He's like,
I would tell everybody, tell him to put it away, but I kind of want lightning to strike it, so I'm not gonna say shit.
The
What I say
rain-
under my breath.
the rain beats down on you all so loud you can barely hear one another from 5 feet apart. You have to yell in order to get anything across. You can barely even look up to judge the distance that you have to climb because the rain just beats down on your eyes, forcing you to look away. Alex Stagram, you see, throws 1 grappling hook and another. 2 ropes fall. See the water gliding down it, and then he looks to you. They haven't seen us yet. Who's coming up?
I'm gonna look down to the director. I'm like, are you going to be piggybacking it, or are we all going a different way?
The director is none too pleased about like having to do this, but I mean,
That's it. Sailix will lean over and pick the director up
that's fine.
and sling him over his back.
That's fine.
Like a backpack. Just...
I'm gonna Yoda you.
Like, the tighter you can hold on, the better for the both of us.
That's what she said.
Amira Lang, Alex Stagram, the Director, and Sailix make their way up on the 2 ropes. That leaves Rune and Enzokule behind. There's a crack. You can see it leading straight in. It looks like somebody did a shoddy job of fortifying it. There's a couple of bed frames and a bookcase. With care, you could probably squeeze through it and make your way in.
Or I could place the bomb.
You could also do that.
yeah, I pull out my notebook and look at my to-do list for today, and I'd get through this on it.
Detective,
Yes.
you may want to step back.
Oh, of course. And I'll go like 60 feet back.
Zerun will
That's a step.
place the device. Is there a fuse?
This, which device is this? This is
This
the
is the one
slug,
we got
or
from
this is
Black
the-
Tusk.
Yeah, the black
Yes.
tusk.
So it's a slug in a jar. You take the slug out, you place it facing toward the thing it's supposed to blow up, and it crawls until it's impeded, at which point it explodes, violently destroying whatever obstacle is in its path. Somehow magically, cleanly destroying the obstacle.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Antimatter.
Suicidal slug. All right then. Rune will gently take the slug out and place it reasonable distance from the obstacle of the wall, at which point he will run, sending Corvus
Yep,
up
yep.
to the sky to get a bird's eye view.
You get a bird's eye view, and as you zoom out on the citadel, you see about halfway up, or maybe 3/4 of the way, our 4 friends and fully unsuspecting boggards and Charuka. There's no knowing what's happening down below. Maybe the goblins didn't make it. Maybe the tunnel was blocked, but I guess you'll know once you're inside. but everything above seems calm. So maybe everything's been okay. A bit grim, though. You notice that even if all goblins made it here, he would be outnumbered. The sheer number of Charuka and boggards, in just what you can see in the Citadel, greatly outnumbers your own. Well, you guys are strong, right?
Not really,
So,
no.
Monica,
Rune will look at Enzokule. Detective, when the wall explodes, we are not going to run in right away, just so you know.
Oh, of course. I'm not making any sort of move unless I'm following you.
As a point of note, what do you plan on doing once we're inside? Are you hurting anyone, or are you just staying out of the fight altogether?
Oh, well, I guess I'll put this old cane to use and involve myself in violent affairs, as well as some, I'm hoping, some delightful conversation as well.
Oh my god.
I love it.
Conversation very light.
I'm kind
NPC,
of a
guys.
talker when I'm a little bit nervous, so
They will stab you in the face.
well,
Real
you know,
talk. Real talk.
to be honest, I'm trying to stab them, so it's really okay. I understand their point of view. Is what I'm saying.
I understand their point of view as well. I just want to make sure you understand that you can die if you talk. But
Oh, yeah,
you just don't get me killed.
You know, if there's adventurers like to think they have that their life is the only thing dangerous, but I assure you, no one has experienced danger until they've dived into the world of finances.
So, mid-phrase, by the way, the explosion occurs. You're at a safe distance, yet pieces of shrapnel fell towards your feet. It seems like it had shotgunned out with just immense force, yet contained within the confines of the object to be destroyed by the slug, right? Because it is magically held. So it basically went off like a shrapnel gun in two directions. A few of the pieces actually pierced your umbrella, and you start to feel the rain, cold rain, hitting your face.
Oh no!
And that glow of the explosion illuminating Rune's face as he glares at you, probably in disbelief, honestly.
Yeah, I'm looking up
Like
at the
Mary
umbrella.
Poppins.
Well, thank God I took that sewing class.
I'll fix
And
it
now
later.
you start to hear the
Oh
screams.
no, it's fine. I'll sew. It's good to keep in touch and keep practicing.
And with that, you guys start to hear the war cries. Sailix, you haven't heard this before. They sound like jungle creatures, monkeys. Maybe like a deep croaking sound as well.
Am I
Grippers,
like
maybe?
in mid-climb when this happens?
Yeah, you're almost up when the explosion happens. You see it. You actually thought it was probably thunder for a second because it was just loud and extremely bright. But we're going to cut to Monica and Reika. You reached the end of the tunnel, and you felt the tremor. You assume it must have been the explosion. You felt the same thing in Breach Hill the first time the slug was used. And you reached the end of the tunnel. Luckily, the boggards and Charuka don't occupy this room where the secret tunnel was dug, because goblins begin to fill it. 24 goblins plus Tooth and Demiri. What do you guys want to do?
Shall I do the I would have said this to Reika on the trip up. Do you want me to give the rousing speech, or do you want to give the rousing speech?
The goblins are bloodthirsty and hyperventilating with rage at the moment, by the way.
Okay.
I think give the speech, and I will send them on their way.
So I will get on my little platform behind Aldanis and say, "Now is the time. The moon is full. Take back your home. You have the war chief's blessing." And I say this all in Goblin, but yeah.
So the orc, Tooth, walks over to the thin door that once Kalma hid behind, which feels like years ago, and he places his hand, because it is not well fitted, there's a gap. He places his hand on both sides of the gap and rips the door out, drops the door on the ground, and just displays the opening where the goblins all charge, and the screaming is deafening from within this tunnel because it's just cut stone, so the reverberation is insane, but inspiring. Truly, you have to stand out of the way so you don't get trampled pretty
Yeah.
much to death by these vicious goblins. But I think you guys are going to follow them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rick is just like, by the light of the moon and the fury of the storm.
And Aldonis is all blood rage, so he's like, yeah, and Monica has to hold on to the reins and just be like, shit.
So, Sailix, the director, you reach the battlements. 10 archers is the first thing you can count as you look. Alex Staggerman is nearing the top of it as well. You guys haven't made your way over the actual wall of the battlement because you're right now taking advantage of the cover. You also, Sailix, you see they look sort of like, actually I have a picture. None of these croak, but they're actually small. They're probably 3-4 feet tall. They all are wielding bows and whatever scrap weapons they could find. Some of the goblins' weapons, as you can tell. And among them, these small ones, there's one that is 8 feet in height and obscenely muscular, barking commands at everybody. They've heard the explosion and they're preparing for a battle. But on the other side of the battlements, so there's the courtyard between you and him, he points directions. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to like lean over to Alex and just kind of like, the big one's gotta die first.
Understood.
Are we gonna try to do this stealthily, or are we gonna go in with a bang?
That's to your taste. What are you in the mood for?
Oh God. Anything maybe that doesn't get us all killed immediately. I'm guessing we're gonna do the bang. You like the bang, right? You seem like a bangy kind of person.
I'm gonna look back to the director and be like, you would know, wouldn't you?
On your move, Sailix.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my thunderstones.
Ooh, okay.
That scares me, by the way. When I'm gonna throw thunderstones. Okay.
I don't know where it's at. Did we put it in the inventory? We did not.
Yeah, it's probably not set in as an action. You'll have to look it up. But while you do that, we will cut to Enzokule and Rune. So, by reason, you would assume once there's an explosion, there's a small window before it's investigated. So I imagine you would run in, and immediately upon running in, you're faced with a couple of decisions. You've been here long enough to know the layout by heart. So this is not metagaming to know that you know the layout of this entire place. Just keep in mind the area that I've circled, the pile of rubble, is actually a stairway now because it has been cleared. So you know how to get downstairs. You know how to get pretty much anywhere. Where do you think's the best place for you right now?
Well, first he's going to get a sense from Corvus as to what the movement is from the sky.
Malorunk is commanding people to investigate the source of the sound, but these guys aren't very smart, so you assume they're going to close in on your location pretty soon, and there's a lot of people in the courtyard in the middle grabbing weapons from a weapon rack to investigate. So you think they're coming up towards you.
Looking at Enzokule, we can loop around to basically the north, according to this map.
All right, sure. And he kind of like shakes off his umbrella and puts it in like in a little leather bag. There we go.
Basically, Rune is going to loop into this room. I forgot what this room was up here.
That room, it's just an old classroom.
Okay.
But there are
I
desks.
loop into the classroom to initially get out of sight and make his way towards this door over here.
Excellent. You two can make it all the way into that other room. It's a discreet reading room, like a library, but you can tell they just obviously ran out of floor space, so they had to cover a hallway with bookshelves. But between those bookshelves is probably a great place to sit for a little bit while they investigate the noise. And as you guys cleared out, you can hear the sounds of the boggards coming in to check on the explosion. Sailix.
Yes.
Where did you aim the thunderstone? Across the courtyard?
Oh, are they all the way on the
Stretch.
other side?
They're on the so the big guy, Malarunk, is on the other side of the courtyard, but some of them are on this side as well. If you wanted
Oh,
to.
okay. The ones that are nearest to us, there's like a grouping of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I would aim the first one, and then I guess during once that goes off, pull ourselves up to.
Yes. So that stone explodes. All 4 of the Charuka grab their ears in frustration. That stone clacks and it makes a thunderous sound, reverberating. Everybody can sort of feel it in their joints. Actually, every player would probably hear that. It was about as loud as the explosion, just not as chaotic. And as they screech, they scramble to reach for their weapons again. Alex Stagrum and you both make it over onto the battlements, and he manages to kick one of the Charuka off into the courtyard below. It just lands in deep mud, essentially. That's we'll end it there for you for now, but initiative is coming up very soon. Reika, the goblins want to go upstairs.
So
Yes.
I guess
So from the tunnel,
okay.
they go up the 2 narrow hallways, and what they can hear, there are not very many enemies down here, but they do hear them upstairs, so they immediately are drawn towards
that
the
seems
stairwell.
like a good idea to me.
Yep. If you just want to go with the flow, and Monica.
Yep.
Anything? Okay. Excellent. So that puts. Monica, you are up here, as is Reika.
Ian, did you also see my message to you?
Is it to the main chat?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you have heal.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Because
you
it's
should-
not on my sheet for some reason, and I'm just like.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
All
You definitely have it.
right, cool.
All right, so this hallway we'll be using as the battlements. The Director and Sailix, you have made it up. You're with Alex Stagrum and Amira Lang. We'll do one more. So Rune and Enzokule. They're searching. They've begun to search the classroom with great speed. There's at least a dozen of them scouring, trying to plug this hole, especially if they expected this invasion. What do you guys do? Oh, you're muted.
I mean, Enzokule is patiently waiting there, and every now and then looking at some of the books.
Rune, you're muted. Does Rune know he's muted?
No, Rune didn't.
Okay.
Rune was on his way over to this room and stopped, noticing Enzokule wasn't moving. Detective, are we just going to do this here?
Of course. I'll be right there. And I
I
slip.
mean, we can if you like.
No, I think we have things to do. Okay.
Well, the things we have to do are to take care of all these boggards.
Oh,
I'm just waiting for the rest of the chaos to ensue.
So
just you and I?
as you
Well,
turn,
likely, yes.
Okay.
as you guys turn, the knee-jerk reaction might be to duck a little bit, because as you look through that corner, there's a couple of torches, or maybe an effigy in the middle. It's a well-lit room. They've been using it to hole up a lot of these men, and some of them are waking up. You can notice beds, and they're scrambling to their feet. They're shouting at one another. A boggart to a Charkov, and out from the south side comes a goblin. 2, 3 goblins pouring up, pouncing on them immediately. You can see that just their shadows, the silhouettes, because it's poorly lit with just one central fire, and they just start tearing into the flesh of these 2 late risers.
Oh.
So the goblins made it.
And where did this happen at?
This would be the central room here, where the pews are.
Yeah, I take
Gotcha.
a handkerchief off and, out of my pocket and kind of like put it to my mouth, clearly disgusted by the violence.
GN, can you load the battle map again? I accidentally closed it.
Okay. Yes. It is this one. There it is. So, which direction do you 2 want to go in?
They're in the pew section.
Yeah.
Are they
the
all
threat
getting?
is quickly eliminated. The goblins
Okay.
ripped into
God.
pieces, and as soon
That's
as they were no
horrible.
longer moving, they
That's
they
disgusting.
sniffed. You almost question whether or not they can actually see right now because they're following scent for everything they smell and then bolt off. And down.
Is Rune able to see the sort of center doorway on the left wall of the pew room?
You can't really see well into it, but you know of it.
All right.
That room had been restored for a time.
Is he able to get here?
Yeah.
Actually, I guess here might be better in order to see the door.
Yeah, you can see the door from there.
The goal is to mage hand the door open to give the goblins a direction to go.
Yep. You see the goblin just dart their eyes over the door and then just chase it as they run out. And as the door opens, you can now hear the sound that you only heard faintly before. It's so much more distinguishable. Battle. It is the sound of a skirmish, truly. You hear dozens of goblin voices screaming.
That is what I was waiting for, Detective.
There's certainly a clash.
We're going to make our way to the courtyard now.
Excellent.
All right. So as Rune and Enzokule arrive in the courtyard, the minute they step in, that's when we'll do initiative.
Awesome.
Let me just do initiative for everybody because there's just way too many people on this.
It begins.
All initiatives. Sailix and Monica are tied at top for 28. You can decide who goes first.
Monica can go first.
Yeah, sweet. Oh, so I actually have to go now.
Yes. Oh,
Sorry.
man.
All right, so I am going to hop off of Aldonis. So I need to zoom into where we're actually at. Okay. So I see Malarunk up on the stairs which
On the battlements. So 2 hanging ladders are the only way up into the battlements from here
All right.
because they never repaired the stairs.
So I am going to let Aldonis do his thing because he's been waiting for this all week. And I am going to try to stealthily get up the ladder. Where is the ladder, by the way?
So it should be, I'll take you right there. It is
Great.
right here.
Great.
I'm trying to drop an Aldonis token, but I don't remember how I did it.
Okay. But basically, he's gonna find the first enemy and do his a knockdown and bite attack.
All right. Immediately encounters a boggart.
Great.
As the 2 crowds, dozens of boggards and 24 goblins, as they clash. It's like a short mosh pit, essentially.
Mhm.
You can see clear over it, but there's so much violence within. Aldonis pounces in. You can make an attack on the one he is adjacent to.
Okay.
And you notice his wheels immediately begin to sink into the mud. The heavy rain has took its toll on this already poorly irrigated courtyard.
Yeah.
The jaw attack misses.
It's
As Augur prepares.
just too fast for him. And can he try again?
Yes, he's got 2 actions.
Okay. So.
That's also a miss.
All right.
So, Sailix, you drop your backpack, which is a director, and 2 more stand before you. Immediately, Amira Lang and Alex Stagram dart to head to Malarunk. Immediately, just beelining towards him to try to take him out and gain the upper hand. But you are faced with more immediate danger.
All right.
They start to swarm you. What do you do?
I'm going to close the distance with the one further away. So right there.
Yep.
And I'm going to two-hand him. So
Describe what you're doing.
So Sailix like pretty much is like as soon as he drops the director, he's running, closing the distance towards the furthest archer away. He has like a downward grip on his sword, and he's just like upward swinging with it, like in 2 hands. Like it's
Excellent. It hits, roll damage, and I believe you've got
the striking.
1 action left, or no? You spent an action to change it to 2 hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is 11 damage.
Excellent. It's heavily wounded. You see organs begin to spill out, but it's still preparing its bow. You know right away that this thing is ready to fight to the death.
All right. And do I have one more action, or?
I think it's 1 action to set to 2 hands.
Okay.
I think so.
All right.
Unless you think it's not.
I honestly
Change to 2 hands. I think changing to 2 hands is 1 action.
Yeah, because there is a feat for the like quick hand change.
Right. But then I think next turn it won't cost that. So you find yourself flanked, screaming behind you, probably in sudden grief at his near fallen friend. Reshkri, the Charter Caw, moves behind you, and you can hear the sound of an attack as it cracks against the hewn stone floor. It's an obvious enraged miss, but another attack also misses. Actually, you dodged that one. Yash, the wounded one, will step back and try to move away. You get an attack of opportunity.
All right. Is that still with the 2 hand or with the 1?
2 hands fine. Yep.
All right.
That's a critical hit. You kill him. Destroyed. His body in 2 pieces lands on the floor below, splashing into the puddle. But I posit that everything's a puddle right now.
Nice.
With this kind of rainfall. Excellent. You hear a call out from across the battlements. Malarunk lifts a large bird off of his shoulder and points to you and just looses it. And this bird with a long tail, obviously not from here, screams as he flies towards you. And then he'll get up, pull out a hatchet, and then just gesture at Alex Stagram as he approaches. Well, the battle is looking quite grim almost. So you're still outnumbered. the goblins are doing well, but the numbers are questionable. For example, Adonis is swamped right now. Not one, but two of these monsters pummeling him with attacks. 12 points of damage at Altaerein.
Oh no!
The Morning Star connects. Second attack is a miss. The Director.
Oh,
You're
man.
surrounded by a panorama of violence. You don't know what to do, but if you stop moving, you're going to die because things are already headed towards you on the side of the battlements that you're not being protected.
Okay. So I have people coming towards me. Is it to my left, like looking at my?
Yeah, the
like,
north on the map.
Okay.
They're circling.
And is there any more coming towards Sailix on my right?
1, 2.
Okay.
Headed towards Sailix.
All right. And this bird that was released, does this look like, you said it didn't look like an average bird, but is it like magical? Can I tell if it's magical?
You can make a check. But
I would like to make a check. I want to make a check if that's a magical bird.
It looks exotic. That's what you get.
What
away
check?
from it. It's
Okay.
bigger than you are. And it has been screeching in anger as it flies across. The rain has been hindering the movement, but
I want to magic missile the bird.
do it.
I'm going to magic missile the bird, and this is my heightened skill, so there's an additional 1d4 for each missile. I'm going to shoot it with 3, so that's a total of 6 missiles on to bird. And I don't know an easy way to do it other than just to roll 6d4, so that's what I'm going to do. Actually, no,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I can hit the thing. That is how much?
So 9. Wait, okay. I can't. Can somebody add that up for
10,
me?
12,
I need to see the whole map right now.
It's 24. No,
24
25. Sorry.
25 points.
That's my load, by the way.
Describe what happens, because this thing is
All right.
not going to remain airborne from this attack.
So, probably like his pet. It's like, go, Terry. I don't want you to be here. And it's like, ah. All right. So as the director is kind of like let down and Sailix goes running off, the director is kind of like getting out of the bag and was in a little harness, and he's like, oh God, and he looks to his left and sees people coming, and he looks to his right and sees Sailix is kind of having he's doing well against these other things, much more much better than he is going to do. But he sees this, the creature or the evil BBEG across the across the courtyard, and sees this bird. He launches this bird, and the director's like, oh God, that bird doesn't look great.
I'm gonna make you fried chicken.
I can't do that in a stage play. That's gonna be really hard. I need to get rid of this. I hate working with animals. That'll be what he screams. I hate working with animals, and flip.
Oh my God.
And
Who even represents them?
as 6 missiles come shooting out of his.
Yep. And it just lands in the mud, half sunken in. Somebody tells you wouldn't want to try to drop down, because even this amount of force is enough to maybe get yourself stuck. I don't know. This mud is looking rough. And before it can even get itself out, goblins have come in and started ripping it apart.
Sorry. It's okay. I've left myself.
Reika.
What is Malarong standing on?
He's standing on the end. So there used to be a staircase that connected to the upper part of the battlements, and he was standing at the edge of the stairs up on the battlement, and now he's moved his way back to the battlements. You can see him inching slowly towards Alex Stagrum, the armature helmet.
So, what are the battlements made of exactly?
Stone.
So,
They're about 30 feet up.
well, let's see. Can I use Shatter on the ground he's on?
As he's stepping off of the battlements. What is the range on that spell?
30 feet.
You can use Shatter.
Yes! Alright. Where is it now? What the heck? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. No, that's not right. Oops. What? I did something by accident. Did that work? No, that's damage. Sorry. There we go.
That's fine. We'll use that damage. So,
I don't know. I guess it is not a roll to hit it.
the Shatter spell is... Nope. Yeah, because it's an object.
Yeah.
Unattended object. You actually hit the damage that I had as a quota.
Sweet.
As he steps off, it crumbles. The rest of the battlement. It actually, you continue the crumbling disarray at the end of the stairs, and you just ripple up until it catches his feet, and he slips just as he was about to get his other foot off of the battlements, and he plummets, landing in the ground, chest in the mud, and he just looks up to see you. And you can hear the grip on his hatchet tighten as the ironwood lets out a little bit of a squeal. It gets just a little bit tougher.
But he took some damage from falling over, right?
Yeah, some. So you have no more actions left.
Oh, no, I don't.
Nope. So that would be your turn.
Yep.
I love that for you.
Yep.
Aldanis
But
is
now,
going to be attacked again.
mind you,
Wait.
Rika's all hopped up on, like, blood for the blood god and all. So she's just like, ah! But Judd the player is like, oh god.
Oh my god.
Don't you dare kill my ward.
The father looks at you. And then back at the warg. Makes an attack at him.
Fuck.
Oof.
Shit.
And Aldanis sinks further into the mud.
Oh no.
Damage down. Aldanis has fallen.
Remember that seed?
Front legs finally give in as he starts to lose any control of the battle here. But it is his turn with that. So you make a check to stabilize.
Okay, what's the check?
It's a flat check.
Okay.
And I think it's, you roll a d20.
Uh-huh.
Mitchell, what is the...
Huh? It's just a flat. It's 50%.
Okay, good.
Okay.
If I can get over there, I can heal him. But that involves...
Oh, thank God!
Stable.
I was gonna say, well, actually, no, you're still gonna see it. Someone's gonna go all John Wick on their asses.
And Rune.
You're muted.
Rune watches Aldanis fall and just shakes his head as arcane symbols begin to line down his arm. His eyes open up and arcs of electricity forming between the two. Enzokule can feel the ozone, can smell the ozone, I should say, and the hair on the back of his neck stands up as he slams the staff into the ground as a hand-shaped arc of electricity just hops along the ground towards Ubak.
Yep.
Enzokule
Alright.
sneezes.
So is that a save?
No, it is an attack.
All right. That's a hit.
That was a second level version of it.
Ooh.
What? Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. Go, Rune.
Right?
Wow. All
Let me
right.
Introduce you to our nuke.
Electric arc. Does that hit two things or one?
Just one.
Excellent.
It's
22.
it's shocking grasp is what it is.
Oh, I don't.
Sorry.
That's smart. So Oh, he should not have temporary hit points. That killed him.
Yay!
He pops, immediately filling the space. The real estate's pretty tight in this battlefield because there are many boggards and many goblins present right now. I think do you have
Ezra
any
just
more
stares
actions?
down the other boggart.
Yeah, he looks up at you. Almost like he wants to smile. And is
Rinda.
that your 3 actions?
Yeah.
Enzokule.
Okay. Enzokule currently has his umbrella out. As he looks around. Oh dear. Okay. Why? And I'll use predictive purchase to pull out a health potion and stick it in Aldanis.
Oh.
Just
The
like
goblin on the other
taking
side is just going to look at you.
It's like, hello.
Battlefield magic in the middle of okay. So that is the bottom of initiative. That's your turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
We go back to Modica. You're 2 steps up the ladder right now.
I hear, I heard, Aldanis make his yelp of pain and turn around and see him go down and scream, "Fuckers!" Jumps off the ladder and starts running for the surviving Yorak, I guess.
Yep.
And I'ma stab him.
I'm like, oh, hello, Monica.
Shut up!
Okay.
Excellent. With every step, you have to make a decision. Not that you're truly making the decision, but this battlefield is riddled with near deaths and people in dire need. Yeah, Aldanis isn't the only one.
Yep, nope, don't care.
So as you dodge past these goblins, some winning fights and some losing them, maybe even a body or two, but not here. Off in
Yeah,
the
no, I
distance,
will
you
step on bodies. It's fine. It'll keep me
make
from
an
getting in the
attack.
mud.
22 is a hit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage. Sailix, you're next, by the way.
So that's and I'm assuming that running over there were my other 2 things. Or do I have another
Running was
attack?
1, and attack was 1. You got 1 more.
Okay. Oh, wrong one. Right one.
Also a hit. Roll damage. He's hurt, punctured, and leaking.
And I'm going to give him my intimidating glare, even though I can't really use that right now.
You're
Oh,
gonna preheat
did I-
the oven.
Did I sneak up on him? Like, was he at all...
He was aware of you.
Oh, he was
looked
aware
at
of
you.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because also
You also
I
yelled at him very loudly.
Yeah, I did. Okay, never mind.
Sailix.
All right.
So the Charka up here are quite clever. Give them some credit because maybe they knew ahead of time they would be picking off goblins from a distance. They've been raining down volleys of arrows towards these goblins. What are you gonna do?
So the one next to me, I'm
As
going.
it pounced on you with a sickle.
Yeah, I'm going to just spin around, still holding the bastard sword 2-handed, and just slash at him.
Ooh, okay, excellent.
CME.
Excellent. You notice one more headed towards the director. Running. Bow put away. You have 2 actions.
All right. I want to cast. I want to cast Tanglefoot on him.
Tanglefoot? Okay. Excellent. So go ahead and roll damage for that first attack. Forgot.
Oh, right. Sorry.
My bad. 24 hits for Tanglefoot. He trips, falls on the ground, smacking his head onto the water-covered battlements.
And the damage for the attack was 23.
Oh, there's your attack roll. Okay, excellent. So yes, he died when you hit him with that. The other one is tripped. I think that's 2 actions. You've got one more, or Tanglefoot's 2 actions.
Yeah, Tanglefoot's 2 actions. So pretty much he
Alright.
spun around, brought the sword down on the thing in front of him, and then like saw the one running towards the director and just summoned like roots to like wrap around his legs.
Perfect. And you've noticed Alex Dagram and Amira Lang have started to clear the battlements by engaging in melee combat with ranged combatants. So they've been picking them off. He's dead. He's dead. Malarunk looks back at Reka, and then using his shoulders and elbows pushes off into a standing stance with his back turned to you. And then he turns around, Reka, hatchet in hand. And you'll notice now a gauntlet in his other hand. You didn't notice it before, but it is smoldering. Even as the rain pours, it seems like it's almost on fire, but you just can't see the flame. And as you look at it, he sees you looking at it, balls his hand to a fist, and strikes you.
Okay.
Probably as hard as he's ever struck anything.
Yeah. That should hit.
Boom. 14 damage. As it lands on your face, burning it some
Okay.
along the jaw.
I'm going to say that, like, it's one of those instances where, like, she takes it, yes, and it obviously, seems like something that would hurt a lot, but she's, like, again, like, she's so pissed off, and so in this moment of, like, blood and storm and all the things, that it just seems to make her madder.
I'll bet. Then he's gonna take his hatchet with his other hand, strike you. That'd be a hit. 6 points of damage. You're
Okay.
heavily wounded from that strike. You can feel cold blood, pouring maybe between your ribs. You can't tell. The adrenaline is a bit too much for you right now. The director, you see this. You see all of this, by the way. Sailix saved your life again.
He did.
Rune saved Monica's friend's life. Many goblins, at least several, seem to be dead. And Malarunk is attacking Rika.
Alright, immediate threats. Are any of the Charkins still running towards me?
Not you.
Not me. Okay.
They're trying to take out Alex Dagram and Amira Lang before they kill everybody. Not to mention Sailix.
Yeah. Sailix is fine. He's got this. Sailix, you got this. You're fine.
Where are you trying to go?
I'm going to. How far away is Malarunk from
Well,
me?
so he is on the ground now in the middle of the
Yes.
courtyard.
Yeah.
There is a water puddle in front of you that is quite deep. You
Yeah,
noticed to be a deep puddle
that is a very deep.
because they were in the process of filling it before this invasion occurred. It's maybe about 10 feet deep. So if you
Okay.
wanted to get down 30 feet
No.
in a jiffy,
Okay.
options.
No, because although there's horrible things up here, there's a lot more horrible things down there, and the mud looks really scary. So I'm not gonna go down there.
Yeah, I mean, you'll never get that out.
Exactly. No, I'm gonna drown. I'll be like, mud up to my face. So I'm going to try, and I'm looking at Malarok. I'm gonna try and help my friend Reka. And I have the high ground. I have the high ground.
Oh my god.
Not even midnight yet.
Not even midnight yet. I get to say I have the high ground. I am going to. What am I going to do? I'm going to. Have I seen, or has the director seen him use any sort of magic thus far, or anything?
Malarunk, no.
He has that fancy gauntlet though.
Does.
Mhm.
Does. I like to. Do you want me to make a perception check to see if I can see the gauntlet?
Yes.
Okay, I will make that.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Okay. I will spend a turn doing that. Ooh,
Reka, you're next, by the way.
I know.
I don't have my tower available because it's under a map. That is what I rolled.
You see it? Wow.
Ah!
Okay.
I know. Look at that. Ha! All right. I'm going to try and dispel magic on the gauntlet.
Okay. What's the distance on that, though?
Let me think. It's magic. I don't know. Okay, yeah. If I succeed during on a magic item, the item becomes a mundane item for 10 minutes. Okay.
120 foot range.
120 feet, yeah. So
Could be more than enough.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm gonna
All
try.
right.
Yeah.
And what's the?
I have to make a. Let's see. Counteract. If you succeed against, I had to do a magic. Sorry,
No, you're fine. So.
Is it a roll?
I don't know. Let me check.
I have the spell. I should know. I was using the annotated one. Dispel. Spell magic. Okay.
It's a counteract check.
Yeah, it's an action called a counteract.
So I don't know. Yeah, if it was against like his attack, if that's what I'm trying to beat, or what the DC is.
Right. Let's start by rolling a 20-sided die, and we'll know whether or not we have to address this. Based
I'm gonna
on
cast
that.
it. Yeah, I'll cast it, which is that. Okay.
And roll a d20 for me.
Yeah, just
And
standard
it's
D20.
It's the caster's DC. So your DC, it's not your DC probably is less than 10. Your DC is what, like
8, I think.
Yeah, so the one either way that's not gonna be enough for it based on the
Damn it.
spell level
Do you have a hero
of
point?
the item.
Oh yeah. Can I use my hero
Yep.
point?
Spent,
I wanna use
another
that.
go.
All right. So you just want me to do the same roll I did before, because that was actually adding in my modifier, or just a standard D20.
Do it with the modifier.
Okay. What's that? Oh no, that's not it. Just kidding. It doesn't do that. It's just gonna be no roll D20.
Yeah, it's fine.
That plus.
Yeah!
That'll do it.
Yes! Look at that! Hero point.
What does that look like?
Oh
make this way?
man! All right. So I don't know. So as the director sees us from afar, he's seeing Reika, getting hit. And,
Pummeled.
oh no! And he'll like kind of look and he sees the glint of the gauntlet, and recognizes this is something that he might have some control over, and he's just like, that's a MacGuffin, no! And between the will of just his he knows how this is going to play out later on stage. He knows that this is not going. He doesn't want to use this, and thus alters reality.
Not in the prop budget.
Not in the scene.
Yeah, so it travels along, and his gauntlet just whatever magic force is holding it in place. It looks like a one-size-fits-all, barely even fits him. Just falls to the ground. In whatever smoldering effect has faded. Now it's just soaking wet. Like a ruined campfire, almost. That's 2 turns on you. You can move.
Yeah, I would like to move. I'm going to move. I'll move closer to the wall, so I want to get. He wants to duck behind something. He's going to kind of take some cover here.
Okay. Excellent. Reika.
Alright, so I feel like the smart thing would be to retreat in this moment, but she's not going to do that. Instead, she's going to hit him with a Tempest Surge.
Okay.
The question I have is, I can spend an extra action to raise the level of the spell, right?
You can if you have a meta magic feat, but I don't think you do.
I thought that I picked
Or
one up
maybe-
with my druid thing. Because I remember that's what
Okay.
we did, but I don't remember what it
Right.
was, since neither of them are showing up on my sheet. But that's okay.
Okay.
So let's see. And
So Tempest Surge.
Did that work? Oh, I didn't.
So-
No, I didn't mean to attack him. I wanted to use my spell.
Oh, you're using Tempest Surge, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you made a Tempest Surge. He made a Reflex save. The DC was 20. He got 23, which succeeds on it. But I think
Yeah.
you get effect because it's a basic Reflex save, so he'll take half damage.
Yeah, and then let's see. Okay. Okay. Then I guess. Is that all my actions?
You have one more action. You can move.
Okay. Because I was also going to ask if I can heal myself, but I don't have it on my sheet to know how many actions that is.
Somebody else has a healing action, right?
One? Okay. Yeah, so can I try to heal myself?
Yes.
How many,
I'll
what is
find
it?
Heal is 1d8 hit points
Uh-huh.
for a touch effect.
Okay. And then it's plus what? Wisdom? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Alright. Yeah!
Oh, that's good.
Alright.
All right.
Woohoo!
So that whoops. So that reduces your wounds.
Oh, wait, no, I
5.
messed up. Crap. You fixed it, I fucked it up.
Okay, I will repair that in a second.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Aldonis. Actually, no.
Well,
Right
he's
before
unconscious.
Aldonis, Roak.
Did he? Because he's at 0 hit points.
Oh, so the hit point, the potion healed how much?
I don't know if you rolled it. Okay.
He's at 12 now. Okay. He is at 12 HP now. Wait. Bad math. He is at. Oh my gosh. Wounds not current. Good. He is at 7 hit points now. So he is up.
Okay.
Because he stabilized. Roak goes first, and because you're stabbing at him, he's going to attack you.
That's fine.
Hit of 5 is a no.
Nope.
That be a hit for 5 damage, and he has one more attack. He's going to make it a tongue attack, which is a hit. You're grabbed currently.
By a tongue.
Yeah, by a tongue.
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh.
Aldonis.
He gonna bite him. Cause, you know, now it's a family affair. Tell me that hits.
It's a hit.
Yes.
Whoops. So Aldonis makes his way up. He's on his feet again, somehow barely making it out of the mud. His wheels still are sinking in further and further, though he manages to get close enough. The goblins are forming a sort of a block around you guys to prevent the boggards from moving in, and it looks like the battle's about even right now. What else will Adonis like to do? He has one more action.
He has one more action.
Yeah.
He is.
He can escape. He can try to get himself out of the mud if he would like.
Yeah, he would like to back up out of the mud. I don't know where there is not mud unless it's like on these stone areas.
It's more about just being sunken in. So if he can get up, he'll have a reasonably easier time moving around.
Yeah.
everywhere muddy here is
Yeah.
pretty easy to sink in. He can get up on the stone though if you'd like.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'll have him
Okay.
move back there.
Excellent. Rune.
All right, Rune, looking at the battle going on around Marika and Donis, will start to slowly walk, looking at Roke and shake his head and say, "I will have none of that, you foul beast." As he waves his staff over in that direction as a pair of missiles aim straight at him. Missile doing...
Enzokule, you're next, by the way.
Six points of damage to our little beastie.
All right. He is barely alive. And he snarls at you. You see blood coming out of his mouth. He knows he's not making it out of the citadel, but something in his eyes looks like he just kind of wants to take as many people down as he can. With that, Enzokule.
Yay!
What are you doing?
Doop, 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 doop. He'll kind of stand
Aw.
by Reika, like, eat, afternoon.
Oh my god.
Walking over corpses.
Yeah.
He-
With his umbrella. Like,
yeah, he'll kind of like put the umbrella over Reika.
Aww.
And be like, Bellarunk, good day, sir. If you don't mind, I'd like to step in for a brief bit of time, though I know Reika can, of course, handle this.
Wait, what else are you doing?
Sipping tea.
All right.
I'll study
Good
him. So it's my perception versus will DC.
Okay, his will DC, yeah, that beats it.
Excellent. As I look him over, I'm like, oh, you have a knee problem too. I can see that. You know, there is a chiropractor not too far from here that we could both go to if you'd like to.
I don't know if you've ever seen someone so mad at you before. He hated the Akuje before.
Now
and
he really hates
something.
them.
Oof.
Hero
So,
boy!
I mean, yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, I kind of like pull out. It's a little awkward with the umbrella trying to keep Reika dry,
Oh my
and I'm like,
gosh.
Oh my god.
huh. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. It's my wrist. I really didn't do my exercises this morning. You
My wrist
deserve
is too limp.
you deserve better than that, Milaroka. And then my final attack.
Yeah, that one is a good attack.
Yay!
He dodges out of the way, just showing as little effort as possible to evade your strike.
It's a 17.
Enraged.
Does a 17 hit?
17? No.
Oh my. Oh wow, Melarunk. If I would have faced you, you would have killed me.
That puts us at the top. Marika.
Oh, this kid's going down. This Urek,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll see what happens. So, my actions. Stabby, stab, stab.
That is a hit. You'll
Yeah.
notice the luck of being a halfling has kept you alive probably this entire time. So many attacks, so many boggards, a couple of charka. They've made their way towards you. They want to kill you. Every time they're stopped by a goblin. They seem to be well organized, and now that they realize Reika's in trouble, they're definitely congregating on that side of the battlefield a little bit.
Yay!
That's not luck. That's the power of friendship.
Oh my God.
Aww.
Well, you say that maybe, but you kill this boggard in doing it. He starts to sink into the mud.
And looking at the situation, Is there like a line of bodies that I could try to hop over to get to Yash? Or
Yeah, he's dead. They're
Oh.
both of they're dead.
Those two are dead. So really,
Every time you look up, there's fewer of the Charka because they've been raining arrows down.
Okay, well, I'm gonna body hop and just try to stab whoever is next, and just try to ally with my goblins. Figuring that with a few people on Malarunk, that they should be fine.
Yep. Okay. So you make it over. Sailix.
So looking around, like I see the director taking cover behind the wall. Is there a path I can see that is like the best way to get towards Malrook?
Well, if you went all the way around and then down the ladder, but you don't know if that's safe to like walk down the ladder. You could jump. There's a water puddle down there. You don't know how deep it is, or what it would be like to get stuck in the mud.
And most of the archers up here are already dead.
Yeah, there's a few left. Amira Lang and Alex Stackram have been battling them carefully.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'm going to like make my way over to the ladder. Let's see.
Alex Stackram will stop you. He's killed one of the Charuka, and he takes the grappling hook, reverses it to the other side, and he says, just leave the rope down.
How far of a drop is it?
About 30 feet.
Oh, yeah,
The rope is enough to take you all the way down.
Yeah, Sailix just leaps off. Because I have catfall.
Oh yeah, that you do. Okay, so you'll want to land on the drier part of the ground. You can land pretty far. Make an acrobatics check for me.
All right.
Excellent. You will land as far as here.
Cool.
Through your jump. You land perfectly. Alex Dagram is preparing the rope to make his way down. You have 2 actions.
All right. With my, I want to. Am I close enough to cast Forbidding Ward on Reka and Malarok?
I don't know.
Let me see. Forbidding Ward. 30 feet.
No, you can close it with an action. Well,
no, I would lose. I guess I would just close the distance then.
Yep.
Like, and I guess try to help Monica if I have a chance.
Yeah, the rain is pouring. You barely can even see her from that distance now. The rain is just getting heavier and heavier. As
And
you
I'm small. Smaller.
get closer, yeah, you notice Amira Lang actually falls from the battlements as you're walking. You notice her land in the mud. There's a small knife, nothing serious, just in her back as a Charka lands with her to break the fall. Immediately gets swarmed by goblins, though, and enters the fight. Sailix, I see you've moved further. You have 1 action left.
1 action.
You're wielding a weapon with both of your hands.
Yeah, I'm going to move it to just holding it with 1 hand and what is it called? I'm going to, it's good for dueling parry. So I'll activate the shield raise thing. And that was my turn.
All right. Malarunk looks at Enzokule
Hello.
in
Oh my god.
sheer fury. And he takes his foot and he stomps it into the ground as hard as he possibly can, sinking deeply into the mud, but hitting it enough to make some sort of an impact. You feel weird, a weird sensation, like as if you were in quicksand. You know you're not, but he's stomping something, like he's like a war cry that's supposed to be felt through reverberation.
Oh, I quite like that. That's
Before you can finish that sentence, he
Oh,
connects with a hatchet.
ow.
11 points of damage.
He does everything he can to make sure that he doesn't drop the umbrella.
Oh my god.
That
Aww.
pisses him off even more. He picks up the gauntlet as it's been disenchanted, uses it as thrown debris, chucking it towards you. That be a critical hit.
Jesus.
21 points of damage as it smacks you in the face. That breaks your jaw.
Oh god, did that?
Enzokule, you're on your ass.
Oh god.
The umbrella.
Not really, but yeah, no, the umbrella didn't protect you from that. Director,
Oh god.
you're in the third act of your play. What are you gonna do?
Laughing at Enzokule, just kidding. I'd like to spend one round to laugh.
God.
No, so I'm going to I wish you all were closer to me. The director does not see a clear path other than going down the ropes to get closer to his friends, correct? The ways around are questionable, and I probably would not make it too far.
Yeah, as a Charuka darts towards you, holding a long wooden spear, Alec trips him and pushes him off. He lands in the water, and then he continues to lower the rope. And as you look, you see something strange. Make a perception check for me. He lowers the ropes for you. He begins to descend. He urges you to do otherwise. The rain's too heavy. You can't see anything. Do you go down?
He's telling me not to.
No, he's urging you to come down.
Crap.
Go.
Yeah.
Go,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna push you.
I'm gonna go. Okay, fine. Don't push me. He'll go. So I'm gonna spend some actions to hold on, and is he gonna assist? I'm just gonna go. Fuck it. Whatever. Let me die here.
That rope you
Yeah.
You land knee deep in water. They managed to get there
Okay.
with 3 actions.
Okay.
Careful descent. He's beside you. Rune.
Buddy, okay. There's some shit that went down up in front of me. Holy crap. And by the looks of
the
it,
battlements
Maloric hasn't been hit.
Malorong has been hit by small things. He doesn't look
Small
he looks
things.
angry.
Oh, he got a big one coming.
All right. Rune will
I knocked him off the thing.
Rune will look up to the sky as anyone who follows will just see this sort of arcane-hued wingspan sort of dive bombing down to him as the same arcane symbols begin to form along his staff. His hand reaches up as he does drain familiar from Corvus to recast a second level shocking grasp at Malorong.
Excellent.
But we'll see if this hits.
That is a hit.
Can I spend a hero point to reroll that damage?
Yes, you can.
All right, I'm gonna hope for higher, so we'll see how this
let
goes.
me-
Big money, big money.
Wait, let me re-add his health before you do that.
Oh, less damage. Oh well,
Ah.
Was a gamble.
it was a gamble.
17. So the arc.
So yeah, Corvus dive bombs down and just grazes across Rune's hand as an arc of electricity sparks between them and the glowing hue around Corvus dissipates as he takes back off again. That arc travels down Rune's arm as he slams the staff into the ground again. And that same arcing hand just sort of crawls along the ground, grasping around Malaronk, shocking him.
Infuriating to be sure. Enzokule.
Oh, what's so cool?
You've lost your prized possession, which is the ability to speak.
I will use a medicine check on myself to pop it back into place.
Oh, okay. Oh, you can't.
Oh man. I'll try again. But god damn it, get in there.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
Can we
I
tell
hate
the
to do
viewers?
this. I really hate to add pain to you. That was 3 failed checks in a row. That's a point of damage as you're trying to connect your. It's like they're not Legos, man.
They are Legos. Yeah, I'm like
spitting out.
oh
blood.
god. And I'm like, oh vile.
Oh god.
Well, the stomping makes sense now. The ground starts to shift. Swirling. Feels like sinking sand, or like you're in the middle of an hourglass, but it doesn't make sense. Not for this type of soil. Suddenly rising from below in the mud.
Oh God.
A great big beast.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Spikes first, then head. It effortlessly floats, almost like it levitated out of the mud. It's emerged. I mean, this thing doesn't look like something that could burrow, but in this circumstance, it could. And you would all wish that there was just one of them.
Oh
But as
god.
goblins get ripped, pulled under the ground to emerge. And a third.
Oh, we're fucked.
I think, and that's Monica at the top of the initiative order.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Just as the scales were tipping in the favor of the goblins, they're outnumbered again.
Okay.
Not by number, but by force.
I imagine that as one of them comes up, like one of their spines just barely misses Monica, and so now she's holding on to one of the spines, like from the Little Mermaid when Ursula's coming up with the crown, like kind of
Precise.
thing. And she goes, "Well, fuck," and then runs for the thing's eyes.
All right. You're a step away from one of them.
Yep.
As you maneuver towards the front of it, you have 2 actions.
Okay, so I will jump up on its back.
I love that. You've got an action. Also, that's an acrobatics check.
That's fine.
Say what you're next.
Don't fail me now. Yeah!
Excellent.
Oh, that's a nat
You're
20,
in a
folks.
favorable position. Go ahead and
Yeah.
make an attack.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going for the eyes.
I don't think 13 hits.
I don't think 13 hits.
It's a miss.
At least I'm on there.
Yep, I'll put you there. So, Sailix, you made the right decision coming down. I'll need you.
So as these things rise from the ground, they're currently busy dealing with the goblins, right? Like they don't require immediate action to.
Who?
Like
the boggards and the Charvka?
The beast right now, like the large beast that just rose from the ground.
You don't know. They've picked off a couple of them, but you have no idea which direction they're going to go. You've only just caught them as they emerge. Monica was fast because she was basically over top of it as it came up, but no telling.
Oh,
Got to make a decision. Malarunk's in front. There's plenty of these weak beasts that you could fight, or the great big ones. What would you do in this situation?
Well, can't have Monica have all the glory. I'm going to move and strike this guy. I'm going to do the one-hand attack. $20 hit.
20. Let's test it. 20's a hit.
All right. That's 18 damage for the first attack. Oof. And missing that one. And then I'm going to use the my last action to ready dueling parry. So
Excellent. That blow is strong, though. It cracks its shell open. And it lets out a scream. Almost sounds like a croak, but of a drowning boggard. Now it's Malarunk's turn. It's going to look at you, Enzokule.
Oh.
I'm going to try something.
Oh, Mitch.
As he looks towards you, he puts a hand on your forehead, and then just slowly down your face.
Oh
Tell me
my.
if this hits. 24. That hits, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I thought he was touching me nicely.
Oh god.
He will remove your jaw,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
and with the jaw, he will stab you, aiming for the heart. But he's not very good at elven anatomy, so he's landed it somewhere in your stomach. Blood. The rain quickly displaces this blood. Enzokule's robes, save for the hood, are nearly entirely red. In a short time, your jawbone you can feel in your stomach, or maybe even between a couple of ribs. You're dying.
So was it cult? Do
You're
we
not
need
allowed to
talk
talk.
or something like that. Like,
It might be that you didn't pick a very combat-oriented character.
what?
Reika.
No, that can't be it.
All
Your
right.
turn.
So despite everything, I
The
feel
umbrella
like-
is still up.
oh my god. I feel like that is enough to like snap her out of like the bloodlust thing, and I will cast stabilize.
Okay. Great. So that is 2 actions, or maybe it's just 1. Stabilize 1 action.
I don't know.
Let me check.
I think it's 2.
Oh yeah, it is 2 actions. You have 1 action.
Okay. So I will do that. Oh god. And then I guess I will attempt to heal myself again, cause my
Yep.
well, or I don't know, cause if I yeah, cause if I give him a heal, then
It would make him no longer unconscious.
oh, okay. I guess I'll do that then. I will give you a heal, Mitchell. Yeah, you're welcome.
D8.
It's fine.
I'll roll it.
Oh, okay. You got it?
Yep.
Sweet.
Whoops. So
Oh, God.
you have 6 HP right now.
So, Mitchell, what happens, so you're aware, is
Oh,
like, Reika, like, sees you fall and the jaw thing and everything like that. And, you know, so she goes and reaches into your stomach and pulls out your jaw and then holds it up to the sky as the rain pours and then hawks the biggest loogie into the bottom of it and then shoves it back
shoves it back into your mouth, where it manages the healing holy power manages to.
I wish
have you
Monica
come
would
back
see
to
this
life.
right now.
Enzokule, you might have questioned just if you would prefer to die at this point. The pain is unreal as a jaw is removed, and just you thought trying to snap that thing back in yourself was bad. This is a whole other world. Salty magic saliva, and you're choking on blood.
I don't have
Magic's keeping
healthcare.
you alive.
Now it's held together with spit. It's fine.
Malorunk seems almost entertained by it.
I give a wave at him. I'm back. I can talk again. Yes.
Well, it'll take you a moment because you got a big loogie in there. It's like real thick and
I
love you. I love you, Jen.
Jaws snap at you.
Yeah.
Sailix, 25 hits for 4 points of damage. And then a claw swipe at you as well, which is a miss. The other Graveshell, will take the loose part of its shell and try to make a spike attack at you, which is a critical hit. 4, 8 damage. It has 2 more attacks, however, so it wants to swing at you with both of its claws. First one, and the second one is a critical miss. With it, its hand is stuck. It's going to lose an action. And Monica, it tries to bite at you. A snap that misses. And then it tries to bounce to get the shell spikes to connect.
Okay.
First one is a miss. Second one is a miss as well. Luck. So the Director.
Yep.
The rain's getting heavier. Likely you could probably only really see Monica from this distance. Graveshells for sure. And getting to the other side of the battlefield is going to be a bit of a challenge.
Monica looks super heroic as she's dodging
Slaying the thing.
while holding on to a spike.
Where is Alex? Where is he in all this? The guy that I came down with.
He's fighting on the south part of the map, taking out a couple of the remaining boggards.
And way to not go for any of the big dudes.
I know. I can't. There's no way I can go. Oh my god. Okay. So the Director is going to move. Is it the fog that's obscuring, or is it's the rain that's obscuring his view? Right.
It's the rain. Yep.
All right. Am I like flat-footed or anything while moving because of the mud, or?
No.
All right.
But it is difficult terrain for the first 2 that you want to make.
Okay. Okay. So I want to move towards the center of here. I want to try and get into visual range of as many companions as I can.
You can get here on 1 action.
I'll let you do.
There.
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I was in. Okay, that's
Okay,
fine.
good.
All right, because I'm going to do Inspire Courage, and that targets all my friends within 60 feet. So that should be everybody. I think I can't tell with Rune. He might be out of the way. I can't tell.
Enzokule is your friend?
It's all the same.
I don't
Yep.
know. It says allies, and I don't know.
That's a +1 then?
Yes, it's
What's
a plus.
the-
Yeah,
what's the
so
range?
it is. The range is 60 foot. It's an emanation, so 60 feet around me. It lasts for 1 round. I inspire my allies with words, and you get a +1 status bonus to your attack rolls, damage rolls, and saving throws against fear effects for 1 round. So +1 to your stuffs.
Oh yeah, it gets all of us.
Yeah.
So, Rune, you're inspired. As that ripples out, you can actually see the effect propagate because of the warping of the rain. Almost
And
like
what
it's
is
quiet
the,
for a second.
I'm sorry, what is the effect again? I apologize.
Plus
On
one
attack
to
roll specifically.
Attack and saves, yep.
+1 to attack?
Yeah. Attack and damage.
Oh, good to know. All right, so all right, Rune is going to his staff is going to float in front of him as his hands begin to draw a pair of snowflake-like symbols in the air. They wrap around the staff as he grabs it again, as he points the staff just at an angle above him, as a ray, as the rain begins to freeze into a ray of frost directly at Malorok. There's an attack roll. 20 hit.
Is that with your +1 added?
Yes, it is with a +1.
Okay. No.
Yep, it missed. Okay.
I missed.
Wait,
Enzokule.
no. You
Wait,
got
what?
in the chat. You got another hero point.
No, that was spending the hero point, not gaining it.
Well, no. 'Cause
No,
there
I spent
Yeah.
points
Yeah,
in the Twitch chat.
Twitch chat. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if there's a hero point to be spent, you can spend it.
I will spend it.
All right.
Oh, and then Alex, I don't know if you saw, I gave you one. Okay, cool.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It costs like 1,500 of those points, though.
That's okay.
So.
You're saving lives.
Yeah, I might up
it
that
was
a little
a
bit.
rare
Though,
first, okay.
to be honest, I have infinity amount.
And
Oh, no.
I have not used any of mine.
I'm just gonna
any of
be
my
like,
Does a
points.
26
It's a
hit?
Yes,
All
it
right.
does.
Yeah!
just like, I get one.
Roll that damage.
You would do that. I get one.
Enzokule has all of the hero points.
Not much, but yes, the rain between Rune's staff and Malorok just begins to coalesce and freeze over as it strikes at his shoulder, causing a quick frost burn.
Yay.
Brilliant. Do you have one more action?
Yes.
Did you add +1 to that damage?
I did not. That is 9 points of damage.
Yep, I'll add it in.
I will go. I don't know if I want it. He will only shift slightly.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Enzokule.
Hi.
You maybe have never felt so much pain as you did just now. You experienced what you thought was death, and now you're still alive. You
You're
can't cry
welcome.
out in misery because you're choking on your own blood and suspended in magical healing. So, what do you do?
Oh. I get back up.
Yep.
And I say, jolly good attempt on my life, dear sir, but
Sucking and popping.
it looks like whatever. I'm just gonna hit you.
There it's to talk. Yeah, he just backhands the first one.
Well,
the
wait.
second one
does
lands.
That, yeah, because like we also have the +1 and stuff.
So 15 still doesn't hit.
Oh, okay.
And but that one lands.
Hey!
Go ahead and
Take this, dear sir.
so 6 points of damage
Ha!
as you nick him.
he gets one of those like anime cuts across his face.
Oh my god. Ah,
Fantastic.
one drop of blood.
I want to state for the record that Aldonis is basically standing near Rune, giving like an intimidating snarl, keeping everything away from Rune.
Yep. It works.
And it works. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is stab, stab, stab.
Do it.
I will.
This thing's been trying to buck you off, but you're just too quick.
That's right.
All those lessons in riding large beasts, and now you know how to manage.
So
The grave
this
shell.
is not including that +1, but
24 is
So-
a hit.
yeah.
Yep. So that would be 6 damage to it.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm gonna stab it again with my other one. So it would be a total of 17.
Well, let me check it. That hits.
Great.
Yep. Barely. Yep.
So that's another 6 points.
12 points of damage.
And I can stab it
Sure.
one more time?
Yep.
Okay. Oh no.
That's a no. The goblins
No.
begin to pile on now. You look
Yeah.
around. I mean, from where you can see, the rain is getting almost comical at this point. But the
Mhm.
goblins have begun to grab and pile on
Good.
to the grave shell. The clawing is actually hurting them more than it's hurting it. But
Yeah.
they've managed to put enough weight on it. that
I'll,
It's slowing down.
I'll yell, go for the soft parts in Goblin.
Brilliant. Salix?
All right. This is considered one flanking me, right?
No, none of them are flanking you. But Alex Stagram is flanking both of them. Or actually just one of them, the wounded one, as he creeps up behind it.
All right. I am going to. Oh shit! I'm going to attack the wounded one again.
Okay.
No, Jesus.
Oh,
Miss.
your sword's stuck. It lands, and the calcified shell on this grave shell cracks open.
Yeah!
But it seems to reach a pocket of some sort, and you can't get your weapon out.
Damn it.
Can I utilize an action to try to like rip it free?
That you can.
Hey, everyone experiences that problem every now and then. It's really not a big deal.
What action would that be? Or-
Hold it.
Let's make a regular attack.
all right.
It's pretty similar to the mechanics of attacking, right? Manipulating a weapon.
Get it, big boy.
It's
Get
stuck.
deep money.
You
Hero point. Use your hero point.
I don't have a hero point.
I will give you a hero point.
Oh, did you spend your hero point?
I didn't
Chat room.
start with one.
Oh no, you
Chat
started
room.
one. You can spend it. Just spend it.
Oh.
Sorry. Pop.
Goes the weasel.
Get that sword out, man. You can't not at this point. Okay, yes. It's out. And with it, blood comes out. This thing falls to the ground. It was already severely wounded.
All right.
1, 2. That's all your actions.
All right, all right, all right.
Malarunk. Looks at Enzokule. Just die. Says. Pulls out his hatchet.
Hold on.
Some blood on it because he's been in combat.
Clean that, please.
Swings at you.
God damn it.
That's a hit. Back.
My back to unconscious.
Points of damage.
How
Status
much?
Dying.
6 points of damage.
Yeah.
1 action. And he's going to pick you up. With his strength.
Yay, I'm desirable.
Over his body. And say, grave shells. Kill them all. He's beginning to walk away. headed back behind the grave shells. He doesn't see Alex Stagram there yet, though, as he walks over. Reika, you can respond to this. You're next in the initiative order. What are you doing?
Okay. So he's trying to... He kills Enzokule again and is trying to run away?
He has grabbed Enzokule,
Oh, he's grabbed him.
hoisted him over his shoulder, and walked away with him.
Okay. Can I... So attack of opportunity. Can I do Tanglefoot?
Yeah, I
Do
don't
you
think
have attack of opportunity?
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
No,
Or
no
how
one.
does that work?
No,
No
but no,
one
no.
has.
So you have 3 actions, so you could cast.
I
Tanglefoot
have
on
it.
him.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the first thing I do is cast Tanglefoot.
All right. I'll roll it. He critically fails his save. His
Yes!
reflex save. Wraps to the ground, falls. Enzokule lands and tumbles right
Wee.
at Alex Stagram's feet. But as this grave shell is turning around, a lot
Okay.
going on in a short amount of time. But you have 2 more. You have 1 more action if you wanted to
God.
walk over there.
That seems like a terrible place to put my character.
Oh, it's cool. Sailix
Hey,
will protect you.
it's Enzokule. I mean, what would Reika do? That's the question.
God. Alright, I guess.
That's how you feel.
Oh, God. Alright. Oh, God. Here? Is that good?
Yeah, you can make it there, but that's about your actions.
Yep.
Now it's the grave shell's turn.
Wee.
It can no longer claw, so it's just trying to bite at you, Monica. But you're doing pretty well for yourself.
I
Snap.
positioned
1,
myself
2,
well.
3
I'm,
times.
I'm
That
behind
one-
its head, so it's trying to snap at air. And I'm just like, ha 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 ha.
For the third one, Sailix, shell spikes attack at you. Claw number 1, claw number 2, which is a critical miss. The director. This is a fight you're winning. You can see your courage has helped. The goblins have swarmed both of the remaining grave shells, and it doesn't look like they can move. So,
Yay!
matter of time. But what do you do?
Oh man.
You don't see many of your friends, actually.
I was gonna
At
say,
your
can
point, you see about Sailix and Monica. Last you got a glance at Enzokule. He was on the ground, maybe dead, and now he's not in the spot where you last saw him. Rake is gone as well.
Do I still have my umbrella?
No.
No! Ah!
God.
Can I see Malaronk at all?
No, because he's been tripped.
He has been tripped.
He's
Oh
fallen.
no. Oh no. Oh
He
no.
can't get up.
That's a problem.
I'm gonna
that
give myself a
happens to
hero
everyone.
point here.
Give yourself a hero point. All right. So is Roke still up?
No,
No, he's not. Okay.
dead.
Okay.
Piles of
Otherwise
bodies,
dead.
actually, at this point.
Oh,
In the
God.
courtyard.
You could run over them instead of sinking into the mud. But you didn't
Yeah.
see Monica do that, but it was pretty badass.
Pop
The
the
director
away.
will have to write that in. I'm going to head over to Sailix. I'm gonna head over to Sailix and kind of be like, okay, I can't see anybody else. You're the tallest, and you know what you're doing. So I'm a hope with that. And he's going to. Do I do that or not? Which one do I do?
What are you trying to do?
I don't know. I am going to. try. No, actually, you know what? Screw that. I'm gonna try and daze the grave shell number 2.
Okay.
All right, try this.
It fails the save.
Damn it. Oh, yeah, no, that's good.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
That's me. It's like
Check
I
for
just heard
negative.
fail.
No.
Like, ah, damn it.
Hey. Yeah.
All right. So, it lasts for 1 round. I cloud the target's mind with a mental jolt. The jolt deals mental damage equal to my spellcasting ability modifier.
So 8.
So 8. And that doesn't say. Is that 1d4 or 1d6? I think it's 1d6 because the heightened is increased by 1d6, so that makes sense. Okay. So
3.
yeah. It wasn't a critical failure, right?
Nope.
No, it wasn't. You're fine. Okay. So yeah. So it gets that mental jolt.
Okay.
And it's dazed.
Excellent. Rune, make a perception check for me.
Perception, you said?
Yeah, so you're by the stairwell, by the way. That's where the rubble would have cleared. But you're not quite on it. Even with that, it's a very low bar. You notice 2 goblins of the bunch. They're exhibiting that behavior that you wonder if only you saw, actually, the sniffing. And the goblins crawl on all 4s as they've been doing, almost like werewolves that you've heard about, and then they sprint down the stairs below, chasing something. But there's a battle, so
All right.
preoccupied. What do you do?
So, is the grave shell 4 still alive?
No, that's dead. Yep, it's dead.
That's unfortunate. Can Rune see Malorong?
You can make a perception check, but it's really tough. You know he went in that direction because he faded off that way, but the rain is still pouring down hard. You can hardly even hear the battle, actually, from this distance. Enzokule, you're next, by the way, but you're unconscious, right?
Yeah, well, actually, my initiative went right before, is now right before the bad guys.
Oh, you're right. Forgot about that mechanic.
Yeah.
Can he or can he not see Malorong at this point?
You can see Malorong from there. Walk up. He's prone on the ground. Tough to see him, but you can make out his shape behind the tail of the grave shell.
Rune will raise his hand as a piece of nearby debris begins to float up, as that very familiar sound comes across everybody, and your hairs stand on end, or your scales sort of ripple. Telekinetic projectile.
Whoop, there it is.
Did he just throw a body?
No, he's standing on one,
No,
so he
it's
doesn't
the-
sink in the mud.
The deactivated gauntlet.
You've activated my Alu.
That's a hit.
Is he still on the ground?
He's prone next to
Yeah,
you, yes.
he gets a +4 to his AC.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that would have made it harder to see him. I wouldn't have targeted him.
Well, you actually got a 26 because of Inspire, but I can't see what his AC is. You can change your action, though. It's fine.
Good to know, though. My apologies. Redirect to the large grave shell 2. So Rune will, again, some smaller sparks of electricity sort of appear in his eyes as his hand grips at his staff, and electric arc reaches across, riding along the droplets of water, and connects with the grave shell. It needs to make a reflex, so I will cast.
That's a critical failure.
Yeah.
So I take it as double damage.
It would be, in fact, double damage. See if this
Yay!
works. Oh, it only did regular.
That's weird. It might not be properly encoded. It's dead.
Okay.
Yay.
That does it. Electricity's great in this weather. And as you look around, the only thing standing appears to be an adversary is the grave shell that's been dogpiled by goblins, the few that remain here now. Enzokule, I take it you can roll to stabilize.
Yay! Alright, DC is a 12. Hey, I stabilize.
You are stable.
Well, I don't. Hold on. I forget what it is. No, my value.
Well, actually, technically, this is before Malorun's turn, so...
Yeah. So
Oh,
my dying value is reduced by 1. I'm not stable. So I'm now at dying value 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Monica, make an attack on this thing.
You betcha. And Rune will probably hear me yelling in Goblin, even though he may not understand what I'm doing.
That's enough to hit.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's tied up.
Ah, sweet.
It's got no dex. 5 damage.
I'm gonna hit it with the other one if it's not dead yet.
It's not dead yet. It's
Great.
barely squirming around. A couple goblins left. That one doesn't hit, though.
I'm gonna use my hero point then.
I mean, you've got a third attack, but yes.
I'm gonna use my hero attack. Yeah, worth it.
Yeah, okay, so that kills it.
Worth it. I guess. So I jump and I get it right in the eye, and I drag my dagger that I've got in it. I drag it down to the ground to land on another body, and turn and just have this wicked grin.
Goblets screech. A small victory. Sailix.
All right.
Felled. You look behind you, runes. Destroys it.
As this thing is laying in front of me, how, like, would I be able to walk over it now that it is dead, or would
It would take a whole stride to get over it.
All right.
To make those two movements would take a whole
Out my stride, yo.
stride. Yep.
Because I want to end right here.
Yeah. One stride is plenty to get there. One way.
And I'm going to attack the prone
Malorunk.
Malorunk.
Charka, yes.
Ha! Fuck you.
Roll critical damage.
Yes!
That's one handy.
Yep.
So many high fives.
Oh yeah.
The rain bouncing off the sword as he pulls it out to arc.
Oh man, look at all them.
17 damage. It won't kill him. but he's on death's door. What happens?
Yeah, I'm gonna attack him again.
Oh, what did he do on his turn?
Oh, no. I messed it up. Malorunk is next.
Mm.
So you technically haven't done your stabilization roll yet.
Oh, okay.
He crawls towards Enzokule, hands moving towards his throat.
What?
The next one's a miss. He rolls out of the way. You see there's like a trail of blood. You've hit him in the stomach. He crawls a little bit closer to Enzokule. Hands not in choke, but it looks like he's trying to snap his neck. He gets closer and closer. Sailix. Oh, that's your 3 actions, isn't it?
Yeah.
He crawls on his elbows. All right, so
Don't tease me, bro. What happens? I'm gonna give myself another hero point.
Yeah.
I like this Infinity
I
Channel
feel-
points.
I feel like we should have a rule that you can't give yourself hero points.
Whoa,
I feel like that's
whoa,
an
whoa.
honor system rule.
Whoa, hold on. Oh, I don't know about this.
Malorunk places a hand on your jaw again, and another one on your skull,
Why my jaw?
and he gets close to you, and he knows you can't talk, and he's dodged that move, and he whispers in your ear, though you can't hear it, Reika, you can. He says, "I really wanted to do this," and he snaps your neck.
Oh, God.
Enzokule falls to the ground because he made a critical hit.
Oh, no!
I mean, I was already on the ground, but yeah, that's...
Oh,
Mitchell, make a better character next time.
no! Jesus
19
Christ!
points of damage.
Oh,
Is
man.
he dead now?
He's at negative 19. I don't know how that stacks up. I'm at dying 1. I think the
I'm
math.
at, because it's a crit, it's dying, I was at dying 3, so I'm now at I was at dying 1, I'm now at dying 3, but let me look at the massive damage rules, because that's always in effect.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Reika, you're next, by the way. So this is an important ruling.
Yeah.
Whether or not he's dead, his neck is snapped, and he has fallen limp on the ground.
But Malaronk looks nearly dead, right?
Yes. No. He is death's neighbor at this point.
All right, like I want to stab that bitch with a spear, but how pissed off she is
Oh my God.
depends on whether or not Enzokule is actually dead, or like perm dead, I should say.
Right. Dying.
I got it. I don't think anyone will really be able to tell whether or not I'm dead or
Yeah.
dying anyway in this.
He looks pretty dead.
Okay.
And if he's not, he looks pretty
Yeah,
freaking
Reika,
dead.
what would you like to do? You think he's dead, at least?
I want to make him into a fucking shish kebab right now. So let's do that.
Yeah!
Oh, so
Mhm.
yep, that's a miss with your long spear. As he
Even with the +1 on
Oh,
the
wait.
from the
Oh no!
director.
Oh, I thought you got a natural one. You got a 19.
No,
plus
I got
one.
a 19.
Never
yeah.
mind.
Motherfucker. Yeah.
Tails him,
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
and he stops moving. His body actually just falls over Enzokule. One
can
hand still near where he cracked
I
his
rip
neck.
his head off?
You can.
Okay, like I'm just gonna
That's
say
it, you
like
can just-
she stabs him and then just
Yeah.
The director can't see over this big monster, but suddenly he sees a head, like just above everything. He's like, "Holy shit!"
What is it?
Oh,
she's gonna scream to whatever remaining forces are left of this dude and just be like, "Your leader is dead! Surrender or we will obliterate the rest of you!"
Oh,
Yep.
that's the last foe, and the rain has finally started to slow. It's
Where's
approaching
my
something
umbrella?
calm, but it's not there yet. I checked the ruling. A critical hit doesn't increase the dying condition by 1. It increases the dying condition by
2. Yeah, so I'm at dying.
You're at 3.
3. So I pretty much my next stabilization roll dictates
Okay.
whether.
I mean, I should have another action to stabilize you if
So
I
you-
can.
Yes,
Stabilize.
But I don't know if I realize
Well,
that.
stabilize is 2 actions.
Oh, you're right. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I guess the final
Didn't you already
action.
make a stabilization roll out of turn?
Huh?
Didn't you already make a stabilization roll
Yeah,
out of
but
turn?
there's no in Pathfinder 1e there's stabilize. In this one, you just keep rolling until you lose a dying condition. You don't. If you succeed, you're not clear. You can still die.
Well, yeah, I thought
you
you
went from
made
2 to
that
1
roll
to
this
3.
turn already.
Yeah, I went from 2 to 1, and so the next time around, which is coming up, would be the next one.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got
so
you.
pretty much everyone would have a turn except for Reika.
So Rika, anything else you do?
Well, since stabilize wouldn't is 2 actions, then I guess my final one will be to move closer.
Yeah, you can take a step.
Yeah.
Walk over the body.
But I'm still like holding the head, just like daring any motherfucker to
Yep.
like.
I think next in the turn order, going through all these dead bodies, the director.
Oh man. So is there any of these grave shells still open or still alive?
No,
No. Okay. So
they're all dead.
we're kind of right now out of combat.
Yeah.
The director, having seen what's Malorong's head kind of popping up over
Out.
the
See the antler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goblins cheering.
Yeah, the director is thinking everything is in the cool, so he is going to go over and try and find that gauntlet.
Okay, yeah. You head over
Yeah,
and pick it up.
pick it up.
Rune.
Rune, can he see Enzokule?
Not because they're on the ground, no, but you know where Reika is, and you know that that's the direction that Malorunk went in. So you can head over there if you'd like. There's no threat, and as you're walking, goblins will bump over to you, some of them sniffing and heading down those stairs.
That's weird.
Let me know when I can see, how close I have to be to see Enzokule.
5, 10. By height, as soon as you've moved 10 feet in that direction, you'll see him.
There?
Yeah, so you see him from there.
All right.
Lays on the ground. Malorunk.
Rune will close his eyes as the skull of Moth sort of rattles, sort of rotates to almost look at Enzokule. And everyone hears that very familiar "Whoom." And Enzokule will receive 14 points of healing.
Yay!
From that negative 10?
No, there is no negative, so I'm just at 14 points.
You also get an effect as within his mind he just feels very comfortable, as in he feels like he's in the most safest place he's ever been.
He imagines.
It's not that this place is safe, but his mind's eye, he is in that, wherever he felt safe, that is where he is.
Yeah. He imagines back at his office, the director is there and pulling out several coin purses to finally settle his debt.
The rest of us can hear the sickening crack, snap of the bones in the neck going into place. It looks really weird.
Any of the players around him, you feel similarly very comforted or soothed. Not to that effect, but everything feels okay.
I mean, I have the head of the bad guy in my hands.
Yeah,
right
Enzokule,
now.
maybe
This
the
feels pretty
main
okay.
thing you will notice is there's a body over top of you. The last thing you remembered was he was confronting you, and it was quite painful. You woke up, his headless corpse was over top of you, and over top of that still is this titan of a lizard folk and a Ruxi with these great horns over the skull that she adorns, a spear in one hand and the head of the man that tried to kill you in another.
Yeah,
Goblins scream. You can barely get a good look at her, but you almost see this. It's almost like a statue or something, some great big monument. Because from this perspective, you just see silhouette, and the water is beating into your eyes. You can barely get a good look at anything. But you felt better than the last time you woke up.
Yeah.
Enzokule, you stop dying.
What? He'll take out like a cigarette from his thing and put it in his mouth and good job. Break up.
Do I notice which way the goblins are running?
Well, make a perception check for me.
Yeah, I like doing that.
As all of you probably at the same time. Well, Enzokule has to get up first. You'll notice quite a lot of people have died. Dozens of the enemy. You see quite a few goblins. Maybe 5, maybe 10, 12 of them. Bodies on the floor. Some of them went down. Monica, you saw them. They went down the stairs.
Okay. To the south?
They went underground.
Oh, then I'm gonna
They were
follow.
Following their scent.
I am going to follow.
Wow. So Monica is taking no time between these battles. She's gonna head over. Anybody paying attention would notice her. Would anybody go with her?
Rune
Yeah,
would.
Sailix would.
Yeah, I'll grab my umbrella and.
I would, but first I want to heal. Was it Ashira that went down?
Amara?
Amira Lang fell, but
Amira.
she's back up again.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Like, is there anybody else on our team that went down or is dying?
No, looks like everybody's standing, except for
Okay.
some goblins.
All right.
A dozen of them dead.
She'd she'd basically like look at Enzokule and be like, probably shouldn't speak while we're still.
Oh, no, I feel fine. Just a little bit of you know.
Try to fix that.
Yeah, it's
He's still talking.
Yeah, it's all right though. I think I'll be able to get back into myself in no time. I actually feel very much like myself right now. That was some great heroics, Reika. Yes. Whew.
And I imagine Aldonis will work his way over and follow me, but I can only move Aldonis right now. Anyway.
Yeah, and I'll head on over.
Right. Let me take you to the next. So everybody wants to head downstairs. That's what I gather.
That's the short answer is yes.
Yeah.
As you make it down, you realize the goblins have headed further to the part that, for a couple of unfortunate reasons, none of you ever made it to the bottom floor of the Citadel, despite being here so much.
Mm-hmm.
Until now, and the sound of rain is drowned out slowly. It's the sound of, it almost sounds like music, but it's just arcane, like reverberations. Pull this map. Reika, did you say you had a heal left?
Isn't tight.
Yeah, what was that?
Thank you. Sorry.
It's fine. I was just like, what the? Whoa.
Well, for us humans, that's called a sneeze, and sometimes that happens when there is dust in the air, or pollen, or something that tickles our nose hairs.
You
It's a
would know it.
marching order.
Yeah, I don't experience
It's
such
a pretty,
sensations.
it's a pretty narrow stairway.
That's when you can possess someone if they don't say God bless you. That's how you know it.
What's the marching order?
Me and Aldonis, apparently.
Foist and foremost, yes.
Rune will be shortly behind.
And Enzokule shortly behind.
Yeah, Sailix would have been like right behind her.
Yep.
the director is somewhere in between there. He's not too excited about this. He was
Stuck
like,
in the middle with you.
Also
well,
still have the gauntlet.
It appears that Oz is at it with her tricks again. Monica, as you head down, the goblins are crowded. Looking over the crowds, you notice a wall of ice separates this round room. This room is beautiful. It's got a dome ceiling, elegantly carved in spiraling designs. You see glowing. They look like portals, chambers. I mean, they're intricately carved stone, and there's something glowing about them. They don't look active, if you even know what an active portal is supposed to look like, but something's off. Oz is in the middle, on the other side of an ice wall.
Oh.
And as you all head down, you can see, and you collect this pile. Coriolanus as well. On the other side of the ice wall, he looks at Rune. Hello, Rune.
Chancellor.
I wanted to avoid this. I really did. He's going to step over to closer to you on the other side. There's this great, beautiful fountain. You know this to be elven craft. There's statues, but you really can't make out much of this room yet because of the distortions of the ice. He walks over, and the nearest portal that you can see, I'll draw the wall here. The nearest portal over on your left. He steps over and he places his hand sliding down on some of the runes. The portal gets brighter, louder. Is there anything you would like to say to me before I go?
I was right.
Perhaps.
I mean, you wouldn't be here if I wasn't, really. Rune will cast Dispel Magic on the ice wall.
All right, roll that one.
Let's see. I believe it was just
So your d20 plus your spellcasting modifier. You have a hero point, by the way,
I do.
for saving Aldonis. Yep.
Oh, easy. Okay, this works. Oh, that didn't do anything. Hold
roll.
on, I can make it work.
Okay.
Just the ability modifier.
Yeah.
Or is it my spell casting modifier?
Oh no, it's your full spellcasting modifier for dispel
Okay.
versus the DC.
So where are the rest of the goblins in here?
They're piled in. Well, there's
Okay.
not very many of them. There's 12 of them, but
But they're all around us.
they're all in. Yep.
Okay.
Would you recommend I spend a hero point?
What do you say, gang? It was a 19 to dispel.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
He could get worse.
Yeah, you could get
Yeah.
lower. I would say, honestly, do it because I remember last time I tried. When I tried to do it, it was high. It was pretty high.
Alright.
I don't know.
We'll do the thing.
Have lucky.
Oh,
How did it go?
not good.
Oh,
Oh.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
Did
I
it
think
not come
mine
up?
yeah.
No.
Oh, it didn't register. Yay!
Oh.
Just keep rolling.
Right.
You almost scared me there for a second. And he pulls out his hand. You see, it turns purple, and then protruding from his fingertips, 5 small runes. You can't make out the shape; they're too small. But they expand until they touch each corner of the portal, and it looks to be the only one that's active at this time. It's glowing. This bizarre has energy emitting through. The other ones just look like faint, dormant. And he takes his hand. and crushes it in, and it just implodes into rubble, dust rising. He cracks his back. Vaz, it's time to go.
Can I try something?
Yes, you can.
I want to go up to the ice wall and touch my my necklace to it and see if anything happens. Like scrape into it.
It moves a little bit and then just falls.
What
Sense
the?
apathy from the amulet.
Oh, okay. Well, it was worth a shot.
Anybody else? Corleanus walks over to Vaz.
Yeah, Sailix is gonna like, I guess, kind of like peer back to Rune over his shoulder and be like, "Are we stopping them?"
If you can break through the ice wall, feel free.
Can I try to cast Tanglefoot on Corleanus?
Yes. I think you have line of effect through an ice wall. Go ahead and give it a shot. He walks over. He has to hop over the fountain. Nobody could admire the beauty because you can barely see anything fogged ice. And he begins to arrange a portal below their feet.
That didn't work at all.
Simple teleportation. You see a small hole slowly open up, and Vaz is putting on a pair of gloves. Oh, so Tanglefoot is it's like a Tanglefoot spell.
Yeah.
So that should be his reflex save versus your spell DC. To which he does poorly. He's trapped. And he looks back, continues to open the portal as the vines creep up on his legs. He goes,
Now's your time, Rune.
Go,
Anytime.
Vaz. He said, no, this just go.
Sailix would move out of the doorway so Rune could come further into the room.
Vaz is going to look at Rune at the other side of the glass and say, this isn't over.
I know.
She'll hop
I look
through.
forward to talking to you again.
It vanishes, and Corleanus, the vines just wrap over until it can grab a hold of his shoulder, and it forces him on his knees.
Chancellor?
In apathy, he just looks down on the ground.
Aww.
There's a lot at stake here, Rune.
I don't know why you made the choices you did, Chancellor. I thought our debates were rather rousing and interesting. I didn't know I'd hurt you so badly.
This isn't about debates. It's nothing about debates.
Then what is it about?
He
Very good.
gestures broadly to the entire room. If you understood. No.
Have you bought into the portals?
He's going to smile at you.
Oh,
I'm done talking.
I know you are.
You can kill me.
The first time ever.
You see the ice begins to crack. Sailix, make a strength check.
Ooh.
If you wish to just.
Yes, I do. So just a strength check?
Yep.
You want to see what we're doing?
You find a crevice. You notice.
Oh.
Oh no!
Try to wedge your sword in there. You can't. It won't break. But this doesn't. It really doesn't phase Corleanus. He's not a fighter. He's already lost this battle. He's waiting for this thing to crack. Anybody else?
I really want to get through there, so I'm
Aldonis
gonna.
can give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to ask is like with level 2 spells, do I only get one of each, or can I use 2 of the same spell? I don't know how that
Level
works.
2 spells. Are you a spontaneous caster or prepared spellcaster?
Prepared.
Don't remember.
I don't
Prepared. So you can use each one once. You could use Shadow
Okay.
once, speak damage
Okay,
once.
so I already did that. Never mind.
Yeah.
So, am I just using my dagger?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And this is my silver dagger.
in, and it shatters. You have an opening.
And I'm gonna jump on him.
Jump
I
past.
totally loosened it for you.
Coriolanus falls against the fountain. His neck bobs a bit, and he's tangled up.
Please, Monica.
He looks venerable.
Monica has her knife at his neck.
It's an old man, really.
At his neck, and just says, "He tried to kill you."
I mean,
You've been misguided, which is something I would never have expected from a chancellor of the college. Pavinsmore, you're a disgrace to yourself. Suffice to say, he didn't kill me, so there's no reason he deserves to die.
I would have.
we could always torture him.
What the
But that
hell?
isn't quite necessary either. Perhaps jail and a trial, maybe?
Yes, dear
Yes.
God, man.
But I mean, doesn't he have information you want?
Well, yes, and we'll ask him, and he may or may not give it to us, depending on his particular proclivities. To be completely honest, I think this is a perfect instance where Enzokule could probably get something from him.
Yes, and from the research that I've seen, actually, torture really doesn't yield the information people so desperately think it does.
That's actually not relevant to this conversation, Enzokule, as much as you might think it is.
What's your plan?
Well, let's try. Monica,
Pause.
stab him in the kneecap.
Is
Okay.
No.
Hang
Hold
on.
on.
He's speaking.
All right.
pause.
Let's breathe. I understand everyone is
He's
itching to
saying
continue the
something.
fight, but it's over. The Chancellor's going nowhere. Enzokule, no doubt, will get him to talk to us. If for no other reason, then he will talk simply to make Enzokule stop.
He's trying to say something right now.
Oh, I missed that part. Sorry.
Speak, old and weathered wise one.
Oz has a lot of power in this. Understand? She'll send them after you. She'll come
Yeah,
after
we
you
know
herself.
that part already.
Well, you don't understand. She knows where you are. You don't know where she is. You sit here. What do you think's going to happen? Look at you, Monica.
What I think's gonna happen? I think she's gonna attack us again, obviously. And again, and again, and again, until either she's dead or we are. Because she's petty like that.
Chancellor Norberger clearly has a plan for these things, or at least the cult of Norberger does.
I'm not involved in that aspect.
Clearly. Religion was never your strong suit.
Always something to say, Ruben.
Yes.
Religion, you say? Can I make a check?
Yeah, go ahead. Religion check about Norgorber.
I do have a relevant question for you, Chancellor. Where is Calmont?
Calmont.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
And then I also picked up that, I had picked up that merit, or whatever, feat? I don't remember what it was, the religion one.
Yeah, skill feat for religion.
Yeah.
You did great on religion. I'll explain to you who Norgorber is
Sweet.
After the session. Calmont. He's a slippery one. He said he'd escape. We captured him. He escaped. Not before telling me that he had plans for Voss. He wants to kill her. Probably more than you do.
A distinct possibility. All right, Chancellor. You're going to be our guest of sorts. Rune will just kind of blink his eyes a couple times to focus to do a detect magic on the Chancellor. as an innate ability.
Yeah, he's got some gear. You can take it off of this person.
Oh yes, we will divest him of his things.
So before we strip him to the nude,
I don't want to see that.
have you ever heard the name Kalen?
Oh. Kellen, he used to live here. That's all I know. Some renown in the region. As if Isgur was worth anything. Why?
That is none of your business. Sailix will turn and leave at that point.
I will take a part of his cloak and tie it around his mouth so he can't talk, and then bind his hands.
All right. So he's captured. The whole citadel's captured.
Yep.
Well done. Where do
Yay.
you guys plan on putting him in the meantime? There are plenty of great places to hold him here. Castle Altaerein has its own prison, actually, holding cells. If you wish to store him there, he doesn't pose a threat
Start there.
so long as his mouth and
Secure enough, we'll store him there.
I mean, once you've imprisoned a wizard, it's pretty easy to prevent them from messing around, just as long as you're diligent about tying up their spellcasting and taking away their book, honestly. Half of your goblins have died, and it will take weeks to repair. Somebody make a knowledge check about these gates. Some study. Some
Knowledge of
subsequent... knowledge religion would work.
I have
Or-
all the knowledges. Which one?
Yeah, same here.
I've just got
Arcana?
dragons.
Yeah,
Lark.
Arcana would work.
Local.
Arcana? All right.
Yeah.
I'll take it as my case.
6 gates. 5 of them appear to be deactivated. 1 of them appears to be destroyed. The one that you need to get to. In the coming weeks, you'll learn that you have a lot of work cut out for you. Things get quiet after this. You don't hear anything from Voz. Corlinus happens to divulge some information, namely that it's going to take years to repair this gate. It's the only one you know how to repair, though, because you have amulets, you have clues, a lead. The other ones are just dormant. No clue, no sign, no history to tell you how to bring them back, but you know you can get this one back. It's just going to take a lot of time.
Oh, well, we got plenty of time.
And in your research, Enzokule, you'll realize that plenty of time might not even be enough time. Your initial estimate was that it would take about 100 years to perform the correct ritual in order to repair it, but now it's looking more like perhaps 8 months.
I'll be an old man.
8 months
filled
to
with
2
regrets.
years. And I think that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Woo! Enzokule.
Party has a plan.
The
and it's going to take a
Undying.
long time to get there. The Undying
Oh my
Enzokule.
god.
Oh my gosh.
He's
cheated
like a
death.
cockroach.
So
It's,
close to
yeah.
death.
Oh my god, if I had failed my saving throw.
You would have been dead. Yeah. I am. I love you.
So close to death.
So
Wow.
first of all, Reika is going to keep the head just on her, like it's gonna be like tied to her belt or something like that
It's
now.
a thing now.
Now
It's a
Laurent's
yeah.
head. Excellent. Excellent.
I mean, again, this is like one of like the dudes that like murdered her people, so I feel like I'm owed this.
Right.
And then I guess she's gonna do what she can to try to save any of the dying goblins, or like because I imagine there are some that are hanging in there or whatever. So again, doing all of that.
Reika will, or not Reika, Monica will do about directing the goblins and be like, okay, take those turtle things, and oh, my warg got to one of them and is eating his fill.
Mm.
Yummy,
Like
yummy
turtle
turtle meat.
Okay, and I'm not going to get into specifics, but we have practically finished book 1. It is about tied up. I want to know what everybody would do. Assume this is all pretty much in stasis. It's time to repair. and maintain the citadel. You will have between 8 and 24 months is your estimate on how long it's going to take to repair this keep.
Yay.
The time between book 1 and 2 is going to be some value between those. What do you guys think you would do in that time? This is long-term downtime. And I take it by now all of you are indebted to the city of Breach Hill, so none of you plan on flying off anywhere anytime soon.
I mean, initially I'm definitely like burying all the goblins as well as this person who almost killed me and his people.
Right.
Give them a
Oh
proper
no.
grave.
The dude, like those people, Reka is just like going to like sacrifice to her god.
Yeah, so he'll just create like a gravestone for them, some sort of memorable for them.
Yeah, a monument. And but beyond that, you have quite a long time. What's your relationship with Breach Hill?
Oh man.
So Sailix would continue to pick up his guard duty and everything, and do his job and whatnot. And keep an eye on Monica, make sure she doesn't try to rob people anymore.
You are surprised to learn that Monica has a great deal more respect in the community than you remember.
Aldonis will grow to a full size over this time. Presumably, I haven't told you how much time it's going to be, but what does Monica do?
I accidentally interrupted Daniel. Well, not accidentally. I was just giving it a quick flavor text to Sailix, so I don't want to cut him off completely.
Oh, I mean, other than that, he would like every few weeks or so, he would go out on another expedition looking for Kaelin, and every dead end would make him more and more ruthless and change his personality a little bit more for the worse.
Like hair grows long. And you'll be offered, in order to get you to stop traveling out of the city, because people do need you, you're offered a position as a counselor. Would you have taken it?
Yeah,
on the condition that you don't leave Breach Hill.
Yeah, he would take it.
All right. Rune.
Oh, no, Monica next.
Monica.
So Monica will spend a great deal of time going between Breach Hill and the Citadel to, just give guidance wherever they ask for it, and using that opportunity to train with Aldonis more, make him stronger, help him with fighting techniques with me on his back, and work on his little thing. At Caden's Keg, I've just basically been like, okay, Aiden, you work the front. I'm gonna go and work in the back because you don't know how to do this. And
food
so
got 10 times better.
Food got 10 times better. And I do not talk about why I know how to cook so well.
Oh, yikes. How about the director?
Oh, I met someone named B. Arthur. No. So after this, the director would at least meet with Rune quickly and probably give him the gauntlet, be like, hey, this thing, probably magical. You probably would use it better than I would, or somebody else would, so that he can investigate it, because the director doesn't actually have enough time, because he just has right now the best image, and he's going to, do you remember Helm's Deep? Do you remember Helm's Deep, everybody? Yeah. That is what he's going to try and recreate. He's going to try and do another play, as well as speak to Amira and her family regarding the deal, and hey, we lived. Let me know if you need me to do anything, but I'm gonna do this play. I got some ideas. I have to get this all ready, and let me know if you need anything. So he'll check in on that. But he's gonna immediately kind of dive into his next big performance. He's got really good ideas, and he's going to make that all happen in fruition. And hopefully make some money off of that. Maybe spend a lot of money. And he's got to write Enzokule in. So he's trying to. So,
yeah.
he's got to cast Enzokule. Like he's got to cast this
Oh my
character.
god.
So
Really
like,
sell it.
Like more annoying. You're not
yeah,
nearly
you're not
annoying. enough.
nearly annoying enough. I need you to also look really ugly, like horrendously ugly. Drool too. Like yeah,
God.
so there's that. And like he's gonna play it like Enzokule is kind of like I don't know, like Jar Jar Binks, where he just keeps
Right.
coming
But a
back.
goblin.
Like yeah, like
Oh my god.
inexplicably coming back, but he's like the dumb comedic character to
Oh
this.
my
Oh my god.
I used to drop my umbrella.
Exactly.
So the director has rooted himself in Breach Hill with a career that pays him just about nothing after expenses.
True
are
art. It's
negative.
true art.
Reika, how about
So,
you? You know that this gate, Hunter Gate, you'll learn that it's called,
Yeah.
is allegedly a portal to
Yeah.
back home.
Oh.
That is where all of these beasts came from, and that's what you learn from Coriolanus. He won't say any more about it in the short term. In the long term, you know that if it could get repaired, and we'll get to Rune on that, that's your way to see what happened to the people that you fled. So I take it you might have reason not to flee Breach Hill anytime
Yeah.
soon.
So yeah, I mean, I guess. So first of all, you know, I imagine too, like, again, killing that guy was incredibly cathartic for her because it's just like, I have now killed the thing that I've been hunted by and conquered that aspect of fear. So like, I feel like it would make her a more confident person. So I think that, you know, where before she sort of saw the goblins as just like, okay, this is happenstance, and like, you know, didn't really think about it that hard. Like she would take the leadership role more seriously, and you know, invest in like sort of teaching, you know, like working with them to get them more attuned to like her specific druidic order versus like the parts that clash with her order.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And also, I guess, you know, doing the bounty hunting jobs and stuff for the town, and maybe, I don't know, I guess pursuing that ideal of getting these goblins better, you know, legal representation, because like that was something we were looking at too, or something, whatever, right?
Yep.
I thought.
Yep. The Bumblebrasher tribe will also grow over time as you
and
watch over them.
And I think finally, you know, she would just try to learn what creatures and critters are all in the forest and make friends because, you know, druid gonna druid.
Druid gonna druid. Enzokule. So, in the short term, if you were told Enzokule had a year to spend in Breach Hill, what would he try to do?
Oh man. I mean, complete my job.
So soon after this, mere days after, you get a letter. Somebody is willing to purchase your debt in full, to take the debt off of you at a discounted rate. The logistics are really annoying, and nobody has time for that except for somebody like Enzokule. But
has time for that.
someone's willing to buy it from you, and you think at this rate you might turn a profit, because the director is probably going to die or have you killed before that thing gets paid off. So that is an offer if you want to take it, unless you have faith in him.
Do I have faith in the director?
Kind of a gamble. If the director can make money, you will get a lot more money from him. But if you settle the debt through this other anonymous person who wants to buy it from you, it's some money. It's a tough choice.
I mean,
You're patient, right?
Yeah, I have years and years to live. Though Enzokule believes that the director has as much success in the industry as Blockbuster had in the late 2000s.
So, that's hinting that you just like the director, then.
Yeah, I think he'll take the offer, and
Oh, you'll sell the debt, or you'll?
Yeah, he'll sell the debt.
All right. Reika is staying in Breach Hill. So, where do you go?
She would tell you about what? No?
No, I just read this thing. It's midnight.
What?
It's May the 4th. I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
Oh.
Ah!
God damn it.
Important RPG.
Okay.
Everybody gets
Happy
one
rating.
star
I-
more.
I get 1 Star War.
Oh my god. I thought you were like, no, don't tell him about the
No.
thing.
No.
But yeah, like she would tell him about the gate and where it goes to and stuff.
Right.
If that is, you know, a thing that matters to him or not, I guess.
Enzokule, do you stick around?
Yeah, I think there's a certain fondness, and I got time. After re-examining my portfolio, I realized some time needs to occur before I can,
See that ROI?
yeah.
How about real estate in the meantime?
Huh?
I said, how about real estate in the meantime?
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so I'm gonna get into that. Also be a financial advisor if anyone in the city wants it. I'm gonna set up shop. I'm here to do taxes,
Oh my god.
etc.,
Perfect.
etc.
So exhilarating.
As a councilman, Sailix would deny that. And
You may not. And Rune, I think you have an idea of what one of your tasks are.
Oh, Rune has a lot of things going on. The
This
simplest
portal.
thing, he will work out an arrangement with Enzokule to find Kellen.
Okay.
Who's Kevin?
Kellen Carindale. That's Sailix's fiance. He went missing.
Oh, yeah, sure. I can take on the case.
That's not his name now.
Thought you might be good at that. Second simple thing, he will use his magical crafting as Aldonis is growing up to fashion more intricate and agile hind legs, somewhat similar to an exoskeleton, so it can actually move normally.
Perfect. What I wanted to hear.
Then from there, he is purely obsessing over the portal.
Yep, and
If he is not in the portal room, in that little room to the north there, because he has made that his bedroom, by the way, he is traversing back to Breach Hill to look at the library of Black Tusk or hunt down some book or other words that will give him insight into how the portal works. He will leverage his magical crafting to try and speed up the process of repair. But yeah, he's effectively your very classic mage hermit at that point.
you'll learn that you inadvertently follow a lot of the same habits that Vaz had when she was down here. You
Oh,
may
yes.
set up a camp, you found out
Except-
she had the same bed. You would take notes just to find out that she had a copy of nearly the same thing. If you guys weren't out to kill each other, it's almost like you'd be friends.
Yeah.
Except that he has Monica tracking him down with food and being like, "Eat, dumbass."
Pickle your underground tunnel.
Yeah.
Here's your rental.
He will do his best to learn Goblin and coordinate with the goblins to help reinforce the Citadel, reinforce the tunnel between the Citadel and the city to make it more walkable as an escape route in
perfect.
case of future issues.
Yep.
But yeah, he'll take on a lot of logistics as far as the Citadel goes.
Excellent. So that wraps up what's going to happen. I will have to explain the amount of time that's passed and work all this in,
Mhm.
but it's going to be a while, probably about a year. Book 2 starts at level 5, so everybody can enjoy leveling up.
Yeah, I can be awesome
Again?
at combat.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, guys. So this has been
Just
book
to
1.
clarify, we're going up to level 5.
Yes. So
Oh, that's
level
awesome.
up to 5, and we will start next Sunday.
Wow.
It's not the 4th right now. It is the 4th right now.
It is
So
the
the Sunday is the
It is
10th.
the fourth.
Just trying to add 7. We will start book 2 of Pathfinder: Age of Ashes. So give you guys a pat on the back there. You guys made it through a whole book.
Good
And
job,
only
guys.
one of my characters died. Yes!
2.
Everyone
Almost
had
2.
one great near death.
That
Well
was-
done, everybody.
That was a hard one. You made it hard
was.
for us.
I definitely
That
tried
was
to kill people.
great.
I imagine our text messages are going to blow up with how our characters are relating
Yeah.
over the next year.
It's a
Side
long
note,
time.
Rudin didn't take a point of damage throughout that whole fight.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Monica
I took
only
a lot
took
of damage.
5.
Director's
You took
always
all the
good.
damage,
I-
like
Twice
3
as
times
health and
over.
damage.
Yeah.
I
Took
feel
all
like
the damage for me, yeah.
I'm a tank. I think I'm a tank.
I just again like what I am amused by like how inadvertently cool and badass like Reika has to look to these goblins of like commanding
Wow.
the castle to like
Amazing.
collapse under that dude and ripping his head off. Just,
Now
like,
you understand what Monica did. Like, this is exactly the way that, so,
yeah.
yeah.
Just like, yeah, no, it was totally me. Nope.
By the way, Daniel, thanks for showing up tonight.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. Surprise
Welcome
appearance.
back, D-Man.
Salix with long white hair. It's probably long now.
Yeah, it's super long. You stop cutting it.
Extra long.
So edgy. So I've been Ian, the GM. You guys have been excellent. Let's say goodbyes to our viewers so we can all get some sleep ahead of Star Wars Day. Let's start with Mr. Smith.
Hello, I'm Mr. Smith. Thank you for watching this evening. You can always catch my cybersecurity, psychology, and Scotch and gaming musings at IamMrSmith.com. Hope to see you here next week.
Jen?
Hello, I am Jen. I played Reika, the lizard folk druid. I am on the internet as Savage Sparrow, and if you are interested in super awesome nerdy shirts and merch, you can find them at savagesparrow.com. I will also be launching a super awesome Kickstarter next week for a really pretty witch pattern dress that I made, and it has pockets. It's so dope. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Follow me on all the social medias.
And Daniel?
Hi, I'm Daniel. I was playing Sailix tonight. Tomorrow I will be playing Quigley in the Star Wars game on the very holy day, May the 4th. And hopefully working out a game that I'll be able to run soon enough. But other than that, I hope everybody's staying sane during the pandemic and staying safe.
Spence?
Hi, I'm Spence, and I've been playing Monica Freerunner. You can find me here on Twitch as Resonant Moon. You can find me on Instagram at crochet_cosplay. And if you look right above my head, there is a little heart that says follow. And if you're already following us, there's a button that says subscribe. And if you hit that, you really support us. Now, if you look down under Mr. Smith and you're watching on YouTube's, there's a subscribe button, and you can hit that, and then you can get all of our videos if you don't catch them live. You can catch me here on Sundays with this wonderful group of people, and every other Monday on here for Cult. So there's that. I do not look forward to Mitch's revenge.
My God.
Oh my god, Ian.
Coming.
Ian, Reckoning is a coming.
Oh no.
Oh no!
I didn't kill him.
I just noticed you have 2 arms, so gotta fix
Yes.
that.
Anyway, yeah. And so that's me.
And Alex.
Oh man. Hey everyone, I'm Alex. Thank you for stopping by and watching us tonight. I played the director. Tomorrow, it's now, as we all know, it's midnight, May the 4th, so it's tonight. Later at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, come check out the Star Wars game, which is super awesome, completely OC, amazing. I have a great group of players. They're all awesome. Come check us out. The story is okay. It's my story, so I can't.
It's amazing.
It's okay.
It's a director's story. It's great.
It is a
Director's
director's
cut.
story. Anyway, yeah. See you tomorrow night. Thank you, Ian. You're awesome. Yeah.
And Mitchell.
Hi, I am Mitchell. Today, later, you will be able to see me play Noah. Just a school teacher trying to get by during these hard Star Wars times. It's gonna be awesome. Definitely join us, and we will see you then.
Well, so that about wraps it up. I'm gonna go drink a bunch of soda and fall asleep. Thank you all for watching, and we will continue our shenanigans at level 5 starting in book 2 next week.
Bye.
Bye.